And now, introducing the new SneakyG Man store on SD. All you got to do, go on to SD, type in SneakyG Man store, and you could get your very own Are You My Malacca shirt, Samsung cell phone case, or just a cap or a beanie. Let's go Giants. Ow. Hey guys, I appreciate you wanting to enjoy the show. First, I got to give a couple shout outs. First off, I want to give a shout out to dresscomfy.com. She has the latest and greatest for SneakyG Man merch. So please, check it out. dresscomfy.com. Also want to give a shout out to 3 a.m. Water Hydration for the go-getters. Natural spring water. Go get it. Now let's go do the damn thing. Before we do the damn thing, I got to give a shout out to George's Trophies, aka Sergeant M replica trophies. Guys, Father's Day coming up soon. This is the perfect gift. Matter of fact, this is the perfect gift for any occasion. I mean, who wouldn't want a replica Super Bowl trophy of their team? The team that got the ultimate prize, the Lombardi Trophy. So when you get a chance, go to his Facebook page, George's Trophies, a.k.a. Sergeant M's replica trophies. Now, we gonna do the damn thing.
You're listening to Make It Count, the SneakyG podcast on Northeast Streaming Sports.
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG.
Yeah. Yeah. Lyrical assassin. Yeah.
Let's go Giants. Ow! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stefan, a.k.a. SneakyG. What is going on? Happy Thursday. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and McCarthy is going to be back for another year. Man, the look of disappointment on the faces of the people that I work with, it is hilarious. It is the look of disbelief. I had so many Cowboy fans come to my office today and tell me Jared 2.0, the clapper 2.0. And all I can do, I'm like, okay, well, that's your guy. That is your guy. And I want to address something too. I want to address something. And I think it's comical. I think it is utterly hilarious. I want you all to look behind me. I want you all to just take a gaze of my hat. I want you to check out my shirt. The 4 Lombardi trophies behind me, the banner behind me, the banner all over, even this one, my team that I was successful in winning a championship, and I had them made a banner for us as well. I don't know how clear I can make this. I understand, and this goes out to all the Dallas Cowboys out there, all the Dallas Cowboy fans. I don't know what you um I don't know what you guys get off on, and I do mean that, get off on, when you say to me that I am a in the closet Dallas Cowboy fan. Sorry, I got a tension headache. I want to make one. Do I need to tell him? Do I need to tell him? Or I mean, should it be known? I live in Dallas. I live in Dallas. I work with a bunch of people that are Dallas Cowboy fans. When I go to the grocery store, I see Dallas stuff all over the place. And the only thing that I like about the Dallas Cowboys, well, I mean, it's 2-ply. This is the only, and I do have more than just this, So I don't know what more I need to say. I don't, but if I know, and you Cowboy fans, this goes out to you. You have said it in my DMs. You have said it in my DMs. I wish you were a Dallas Cowboy fan. You have said it in my DMs that you love and respect my fandom for my Giants. I'm so positive, and this is what the Cowboys need. We need you. I don't put you guys on blast because I want you all to feel comfortable when you come and tell me your inner secrets. But I'm gonna set it clear right now. I'm gonna give you guys a clear message. I'm already taken. The G life didn't. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't choose the G life. The G life chose me. So I'm already taken, Cowboy fans. And plus, my hatred runs deeper than a boil. Okay, and if you don't know what a boil is, it's a zit that you have on your butt. That's all it is. And it's in, when you have a zit and it's a whitehead and it's whatever, it goes the opposite way instead of, So my hatred for the Dallas Cowboys is real. And it's gonna stay that way for a while. I do not like the Dallas Cowboys. Why would I want to put myself through 28 years of misery, disappointment, just utter unpreparedness? I understand we didn't make the playoffs. I get it. I understand it's been a long time since we've won a Super Bowl. I get it. But no, I will never. I see someone says, praise the Lord. I see you, Blue. Praise the Lord. You are not a No. But if you want to keep posting that on my Instagram or my TikToks or my Facebook, please go right ahead. Please, you know what? If that makes you feel better of the 29 years of not even getting to a conference championship game, you go right ahead. I'm good. I'm good. I'm emotionally invest. Oh, I'm sorry. 29. Did I say 28? I'm sorry. It's 29 years. It's 29 years and counting. I do apologize. I should have looked at my board. I should have looked at my board that's behind me. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the offer. I understand the meaning and the love behind it. Some of you guys are awesome. Some of you guys are phenomenal. Great people. You just got to find a better team. That's all. That's all. I will. I don't know how to make it better understandable. I'm speaking English. That's the language that I speak a little Greek. I do speak a little Greek. Sagapo parapole. Those of you know, you know. But I want to say this in plain English. I will never, ever become a Dallas Cowboy fan. Ever. Ever. My loyalty lies with the New York Football Giants, and they will continue to be with the football. Look, I'm emotionally invested in the Giants. I'm financially invested in the Giants. In my own world, I am a part of the New York Football Giants. And I'm sure every fan feels some kind of ownership. And you don't have to be a season ticket holder. You don't have to have all this stuff that you see behind me to have a sense of ownership. You don't even have to have a hat. You don't even have to have a hat. You just got to have it in your heart. You got to have it right here, right in the heart, just right here to be a fan of the New York Football Giants, the true and real team of America. Yes, I said it here on episode 234, Make It Count, the SneakyG podcast. Danny says those Cowboy fans might take you on the morning show. Hey, you know what? I'll go. And it'll say, in the case of the Dallas Cowboys, we got the results right here. SneakyG, you are not a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. That would be the results of that. And I got a pretty good record on Maury. I was there a couple weeks ago, and I was not the dad. So I know some of y'all saw the episode. Now I'm playing. I'm tired of talking about the Cowboys. Y'all got too much more time than you deserve. Clearly, I'm showing up on the show. We can't say what y'all did Sunday because clearly y'all didn't. Anyway, Blue, you're right. All NFC East teams have some big questions going into playoffs. Oh yeah, I think every team that didn't make the playoffs or even made it to the wild card and weren't successful, even if you're the only home team to not win Sunday. I wonder who that was. Oh, it's a team that I'm not a fan of. Okay. I've been really, so I took a step back and I rewatched the show on Tuesday, and I was too nice. I'm gonna say this. I was too nice because I kept saying allegedly and blah 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 and all this other stuff, and I just need to be upfront and honest. The more and more I thought about the whole situation with Dable and the leaks and all this other stuff, it almost pissed me off a little bit. If I could, just put a little bow on that, it really pissed me off. The fact that, and I don't know who was the link. We can make a guess or whoever. It could be a disgruntled person that got fired or let go. or resigned, or it could be someone that's still there. Now, some of you reached out and was asking questions, okay, about what do I mean of what I was talking about, the leaks of Dable and or about Dable and everything. Well, allow me to retort. So I'm gonna do the best I can on my phone, okay? Because I did screenshot it. So apparently someone reported, but now Washington offense was, and I'm gonna read what I screenshot and what was given to me. And I think a lot of Giant fans had it. I think Gabe, you sent it to me too. But I did screenshot it before you sent it. But here we go. I'm going to read what it says, and then we're going to conversate that. And I'm going to give my 2 cents about it. And then I have Gabe sitting there waiting. I asked Ant to come on, I'm waiting for him. And then, of course, I'll bring everybody else on, and we'll have a conversation. But I really want to get this off my chest because I could not stop thinking about it after Tuesday. If you got to, hold on, let me stop. Here we go. But now Washington's defense was driving, aided by a Thibodeau's roughing the passer penalty outside the red zone, and that was when Brian Dable started playing the blame game on Martindale and the defensive staff. Now you're going to lose this game just like you lost us the Jets game. Dable gripped on the headphone set, according to numerous, not just one, numerous sources in the building. Dable was blaming the defense for the Giants' infamous 13-10 overtime loss to the Jets on October 29th, in which the offense had thrown negative nine yards, and Dable's late game mismanagement had the door wide open to a full-scale team-wide meltdown. Okay, I'm going to write this down. Hold on a second, because I want to get back to this one. All right, I want to get back. Jets, what did they say? Game mismanagement. I'll just put man. Okay. All right, so that's a star. We're going to get back to that. And guys, please help me. Keep me on track. Keep me honest. Put in the message or something the star, so I don't forget. Okay. Dable's decisive or whatever, but I don't have my glasses. Finger pointing wasn't out of the ordinary. That's one of the reasons why sources say Giants GM Joe Shane had begun listening to the coach's headset in gameplay that week in Washington, although the GM also was taking steps to both the Texans. Taking a step that both the Texans and Cowboys, Will McCoy, have done to gain a better understanding of the game play operations or the game day operations. Okay, Dable's sidelines behavior was destructive in many coaches' opinions. Okay. Coach behavior. Opinion. Okay. All right, here we go. Where was I at? Okay. His input was never proactive, always reactionary, and his outrage was rarely accompanied by a suggested solution. He has no composure, one team source says. America saw in firsthand Sunday Night Football, October 15th in Buffalo. NBC sideline reporter Melissa Stark said a very frustrated Dable couldn't answer questions at halftime. He admitted, "My head is not in this. I cannot focus on anything right now. Okay. And here's another one. The story of the Giants 2023 undoing isn't about a personal feud between Dable and Martindale in the past, though it's about bad football and a flawed process that still exists in the Giants' walls. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Hold on a second. Flawed. Okay, process. It's about an organization with enough problems that one Giant staffer recently advised a new NFL assistant calling about a vacancy. They told that person, do not come here. Awesome. Dable took play calling away from Kifka multiple times, according to sources, and gave it back each time. He gave it to Coach Shea for the second half of the Dallas game in Week 10, per sources. Dable's unpredictability, one source said, is his defining trait. There was no pattern, rhyme, or reason to his change from other perspectives. Okay, so that's what I got. Okay, that's what I saw, and that was reported. Now, when I first initially read that, I said this was a painful read, and it was. It was. It doesn't paint Coach Dable in a positive light. Okay. It makes him look like an asshole. Looks like someone that's off the hinges, that can't be controlled during game time. Okay. We all know how I am on Dable's side on this. Okay. The Jets game. Okay, let's talk about the Jets game. If you can remember, in that Jets game, we were up 10-7. Okay. That was Gano's last game. He had already missed the kick. And in the last minutes of the game, we were trying to go up 13-7 to have a 6-point lead. Tyrod Taylor was injured. We were I will say we were, I'm just on my perception of the whole thing, we were ill prepared of having Tommy DeVito out there throwing the ball. It was wet. He's a rookie that hasn't taken any real, game time reps. Is that an excuse? You call it what it is. I'm saying what it is. Okay. Of course, Dable didn't want to say that in the post conference to the media, but that's what I saw. That's just my 2 cents about it. Okay. If Gano made that field goal, we would have won the game. Bottom line. If he would have kicked that field goal, this would not be a discussion. So to say that Dable mismanaged the game is unfair. He did everything that he could as a coach. The coaches coach, the players executed, and the players didn't execute. So I say again, I repeat, to say that Dable mismanaged the game is unfair and inaccurate. Okay. The coach's behavior. My 2 cents on this is you have
I think players get back to the stadium on Wednesday. They practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I don't know if they do Saturday. I don't know the NFL schedule, okay? But I know coaches put together a game plan, okay? And of course, you prepare for a week, for like 5 days, for basically 3 hours of work. So, it's like you're studying for a test, and then 3 hours, you got 3 hours to take the test. Either you pass or fail. Those are the only two grades you get. You win or you lose. That is it. Sometimes it goes the way as it's planned. Sometimes it doesn't. If a coach is lacking in an area, whatever it is, okay? If you get yelled at, and if you can't take getting yelled at, then you're in the wrong business. If I'm trying to just navigate through this whole thing, and I'm trying to be I'm not being judgmental. I'm just giving my 2 cents on everything that has been presented to us. Don't put yourself in a situation to where you're going to be getting cussed at. Now, the taking away of play calling from Kifka. I have none against Kifka. I talked to him maybe once or twice. Great dude. Okay. Now, the play calling. There have been a handful of times where I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what? The Rams game, for example, final drive, 2 and what was it? I think we were 2nd and 10, and we did a draw play. The Buffalo game, the audible had to have been given as an option, right? Had been given by an option out of that play, in that first half, to where we could have done something other than hand the ball off. And there's plays throughout the season that were questionable. Now, if that was Dable, if that was Kifka, if that was Shea, we'll never know. But to hear that Coach Dable took the play calling away from Kifka temporarily, I get it. I get it. I will say this, because at the end of the day, when the game is over with and Dable he has to go and face the media, win or loss. Obviously, you want to face the media with a win, obviously. He has to answer those questions. He gets the loss and the win. I mean, of course, the team inevitably gets the loss in the win column, or gets the loss in the loss column and the win in the win column. But he has to go up and face the music and get the questions. And to me, when you go back and you watch the post-game interviews and you see how he answers those questions, how he does not throw people under the bus, how he does not have the blame game. Oh, it's because of this person. It's because of that person. He says it's ultimately up to me. The fact that he kept all of that in-house week to week, to 11 times we lost. 11 times he stood in front of that podium and took the blame himself. Now, granted, on the field, hell yeah, he's going to point the fingers. Why? Because it's in-house. Nobody has to know what happens on the field between the head coach and the coordinators and the other coaches. It stays in house. But the fact that this leak came out and said, oh, Dable's pointing the fingers. Okay, he might be pointing the fingers within the organization, which is okay because he's holding you accountable. But to the public, it's a different story. He's taking the blame himself because it's all on him. And to that staffer, this one kind of bothers me the most because this staffer, right, that said, do not come here. I hope that staffer is not there anymore. If, you know, I have a beautiful family. Okay. I have a great wife that puts up with my ass. I got kids that I love, you know, beyond, you know, their imagine. I will do anything for them. I'll do anything for, obviously I'll do anything for Mama Boss. I got 2 awesome dogs. All right. Let's say we had a third dog and Cooper was like, bruh, don't come here. You need to go. Do you not think that dog gonna tell other dogs about us? I know I'm being a little sarcastic, but the bottom line is if I'm asking someone about a vacancy, about a job somewhere, and they say don't come here, I want to know why. I want to know why. Because my next statement is it that bad? I could think of 5 other football teams of you know, how can I say this without saying too much? I could think of 5 other football teams. I haven't talked to all 32 teams in the NFL. I'm going to say that. But I could think of 5 football teams that people do not want to work for because it's a revolving door. Every week, there's someone else sitting in the cube next to them. Every week, there's someone, you know, there was a point in time where I had a dream where I wanted to work on an NFL team and then hopefully work my way up to, you know, to be on the Giants. That, I mean, of course, that was sometime. But anyway, you don't want to go there. Oh, you don't want to go there. You definitely don't want to go there. So the point I'm trying to make here is, I see you, Caleb. I want to know if this, I personally want to know if this staffer's still there. Because if they feel the need and to tell someone not to come here or come play with the, you know, to not play, work. And it's not even part of the coaching staff. If someone's willing to say that, I hope they're not there. And I hope I'm not out of pocket by saying that. I mean, why? Why don't you want that person to come there? To me, this statement is incomplete. Why? The coach is a part of the players. You know, he takes care of the players. He is good to the players. He maintains, you know, he has a good relationship with them. This whole beef between him and Wink was out of the locker room. McKinney said he had no idea about it. Adoree didn't even know about it. So I'm going to tell you right now, I am on Coach Dable's side on this 110%. Now, does he need to change his tactic? Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't do well when people yell at me. I was in the military for 5 years. Okay. I hate it when, you know, an MFer, to me, when someone yells at you, they're lacking communication. Okay. Now, am I saying Coach Dable is lacking communication because of what we read? I don't know. I don't know the full context. I'm only saying when an individual yelled at me, they failed at communication, because communicating is the ability to talk to someone and how to talk to someone. They obviously yelling at me did not know how to talk to me, because when they yelled at me, all I heard was womp, 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 womp. I mean, the Charlie Brown, teacher. No, I would not want to be yelled at. I will tell you that right now. And I guarantee you, had I got yelled at in front of everybody, and I've done it many of times, after you're done chewing my ass out in front of everybody, for whatever reason, you and I are going to have a conversation. And I'm not saying we're going to have a conversation and go into blows. No, we're going to have a conversation, because I'm going to let you know that that's not the way to get to me. I'm going to inform you of how to properly communicate. Now, am I going to say, I'm not going to tell you to give me a hug and sing Kumbaya? No. Tell me where I messed up. Let me know how you want me to do it different, and then we're going to move forward for that. And if I mess up again, fire me, because clearly I'm not receiving what you're saying. Now, with Coach Dable being an asshole, I'm going to take it. I'm okay with that. If you can't handle being chewed out, playing, coaching, working for an NFL team, then maybe that's not a job for you. Because again, I don't want to sound hypocritical. I don't. Because again, if someone were to yell at me, like I said, we are going to have a conversation. And trust me, I've been yelled at before. Now, I was like, are you done? Okay. I don't receive that very well. Okay. I'm a grown man. You're a grown person. It could be a woman, it could be a man, whatever. We need to have a better way of communicating. That's exactly how I would handle that. Exactly. Is my way better? No. But I'm telling you, that's how I would handle that. And again, I'm hearing, rumors and discussions saying that Dable grabbed everybody that had a so-called issue in a room and said, are we good? Do you got a problem with me? And if I had an issue, yeah, we need to talk. Because you're stepping up. And I guarantee you, the moment that person would have said something right then and there, Dable would at least have a little bit more respect for you, because you're like, yeah, we need to nip this in the butt. We need to talk. Now, I'm going to go on the assumption, okay, that, and I don't know for a fact, I'm going to go on the assumption that maybe there is some cliques, right, that are involved in the organization. And the reason why the hand wasn't raised was because you may be perceived as a rat, right, or a snitch. Maybe. I don't know. But, and I want to share this with the gathering, okay? If that was the case, if you have a situation with your manager that maybe involves the group, but you've had some personal experience, you just tell him or them or her, whatever the case may be, your expectations and your examples of where you felt that relationship, manager, employee, could have gotten better. I'm getting off topic here a little bit. But at the end of the day, Coach Dable is the head coach. He had the awkward conversation with Bobby Johnson to let him go, which was his man, his guy. I would be shocked if he was a I would be I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it. And I know Joe and Coach Dable have a really good relationship together. And I know Shane does not want to have that awkward conversation with him of saying we have to go in a different direction. And the fact that Joe is listening in, I'm sure Joe will have a conversation with Coach that we won't be aware of. You know, I'm sure Joe will address it in within their circle. We'll never know about it. But then again, maybe he's like, well, you know, hey, that's Coach. He has a high standard because I have a high standard. We're going to be fine. I believe this will make Coach Dable a stronger coach. I believe this is going to strengthen Coach Dable in the organization. And I won't be surprised if this thing just fades away. And it's a whole lot of nothing. Okay. I feel better now.
What's up?
Doing?
So, but here's the problem. Here's the thing, Sneaky. See, I know you're Mr. Positive, but you can't brush stuff off like this. I mean, you can't just say it's irrelevant. It's not irrelevant. It's important to you.
I'm not saying
irrelevant. It's very important. It's a problem. I mean, it's a problem. That's the point is it's not just Pat Leonard. See, we can all sit here and say, oh my God, Pat Leonard, he wants it for the clicks. We can all do that. That's fine. And we can all live in the world that the Giants were at 6-11 in the past year, and everything's, la la land over there at 1925 Giants Drive. But the fact of the matter is it's not, and that's the problem. The problem is, and Coughlin and Jordan Run saw this part. Coughlin had the same issue, and Coughlin had to change his ways. Coughlin had to calm down, and he did. But Coughlin had to do that, and Dable's going to have to do that too, because no one wants to work for a guy who sits on a sideline or stands on a sideline and just yells in the headset at you, or says at halftime, we're taking play calling away from you. That's the problem I have with it. If you were going to take play calling away from Kafka, fine, but don't take it away, give it back, take it away. That's not a way to run an offense. That's not an efficient way to run a team. You can't just be so inconsistent in who is calling the plays in. If you're going to take the play calling away from Kafka, fine. There was good reason, like you said, play calling this year, there was some moments where you had to sit there and go, what's going on, right? I agree, right? You said, you can name the example. Rams. What was there? There was like a minute and a half or something left, and we did a draw. And we ran a draw. Ran the ball right up the middle with Saquon Barkley. But you know what I have?
For a loss with no timeouts left.
You know I have a problem with that, Sneaky? Guess who told Mike Kafka to run the ball more?
Not in that situation. Come on.
Not
in that situation. Because even Dable said he wished he had that playback. Okay, now hold on, Gabe. I hear what you're saying, and you're right. Things do need to change. I hear you, and I even said that. I'm not the type of person that likes to be getting yelled at. However, there's better ways of doing that than leaking this garbage out to the public.
And stop MFing coaches every 10 minutes.
Well, no, listen. Then someone needs to say that to Dable. Okay.
No, here's the problem. If you say that, he's gonna flip out at you and be like, "So you're the one who told Jay."
You know what? Then that's between him and that coach. Because if I tell you, well, Gabe, I'll just say, if I tell you, don't yell at me, and then if you continue to yell at me, then we're going to have a different conversation. And I'm not saying a confrontational, we're going to go to fit. No. I'm going to tell you, look, I've already said to you, I don't operate well by being yelled at. You don't know how to communicate. That's exactly what should have been done. Instead of going out and reporting this crap to the public to try and make a head coach look bad. I agree with you. Coach Coughlin had to change. he had to change for us to be successful, right? The whole thing with him and Tiki was something else. Bill Parcells, he changed, but he was still true to himself. Coughlin changed, but he was still true to himself.
I'm not saying Dable can't be true to himself.
What I'm saying is I don't think this is as egregious as this is making it seem like it is. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell you this because there have been you've been chewed out by your coach before, right?
Yes, it's chewing out players and chewing out your coaching staff are two very different things.
Okay, wait, hold on. No, it's the same thing because when you got a 3-hour window to be perfect. I know it's hard to say, to be perfect with the game plan that you put in place. And if you don't, my thing is, don't give Coach Dable a reason. Hold on a sec. What is Ant? I sent you the invite. I don't know if you got it or not. Too many soft ABs. What's AB? I know what the B is, but what ass bitches?
That doesn't make a lot of sense, but I think that's what
I don't. Typed. Is that what he typed? Is that what you typed? Yeah,
that's what he typed.
Way too many hurt vagina. Well, and like I said in my TikTok, vaginas can take a beating. So I wouldn't say all that. Anyway, Gabe, you'll learn about that later in life. What I'm saying is that there has to, the fact that people need to realize, like I said, you need to see what you saw on the podium after the game and then read this again. And that when he mentions the name calling, come on, it's in-house. And the fact that someone brought this to light, that's the negative narrative of the whole thing.
Yeah, well, the most concerning thing about that Pat Leonard article is it's not just people that got fired. It's people that are in the building currently. That's the most concerning. And also, it's not just on the people, because Dable does the same thing, by the way. So this has been the past couple weeks. This has been the thing, right? Is, someone writes an article on a negative thing of Dable. Dable calls up Paul Schwartz of the New York Post and goes, "This is the true story." Paul Schwartz writes up his article. It's like a back and forth. Like Brian Dable's using the media just as much as the rest of the coaching staff.
He has to.
No, he doesn't.
He has to defend himself. Because, well, I'll say this. There's three sides.
Has to be the grown man.
Hold on, Gabe. There's three sides to every story. Your story, my story, and what really happened. Okay? And if he felt the need, I mean, if what you're saying is true, I don't know. What you're saying is true, he has every right to defend him. Because if he doesn't address it, those questions are going to be asked. They're not going to be brushed under the rug. So he's getting in front of it before it gets blown out of proportion, which in some senses it already has.
He's not getting in front of it. He's reading these articles and then he's going and calling some other reporter.
What I mean, getting in front of it, he's answering it before he has to answer it in front of a podium the next time they do a press conference for the New York Giants. That's what I'm trying to get at.
All right, fine. That makes sense. But here, my problem is okay, you have Kafka. Okay, a coaching staff's supposed to be unified. I play high school football. My coaching staff is unified. They don't fight on the sidelines. They don't, they're one group and they all listen and respect each other's opinions and put their opinions together. And, that's how they make decisions. They don't fight. They don't MF each other. That's not how that works. That, you're supposed to be one unified staff. And the idea that Dable just has these reactionary fits and you saw it in Buffalo. You saw, like Pat Leonard said, you saw it firsthand on national television, on NBC. Melissa Stark goes over to get comments from Brian Dable, and Brian Dable admits his head is on fire. He says he can't handle this right now. He says, I'm not in it. I'm lost. That he admitted it on national television to Melissa Stark.
He's lost because of what just happened. Because why was the option given of a run play with no timeouts left, with 18 seconds on the clock? He was still trying to process what the hell just happened. And Gabe, I'm going to tell you from experience. Now, I never got cussed at because I made sure I was prepared. I'm not saying that I was the best high school football coach for 1 year, which I did coach high school ball for 1 year, where I helped out the freshmen. I coached the freshmen and we helped out the varsity. Look, you do get cussed out. If you understand they have the headsets, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Varsity level, they have the headsets. Okay.
Yeah, we have them, yep.
Okay. You don't know they're not just talking about the next play. They're not just talking about where the blitz is coming in, what play we should come back to, in this similar situation later on in the game. There's a lot of cussing that goes around from people from the eye up in the sky to down on the field. You don't hear it. You would like to think it's a kumbaya type moment, but no, it's not. It is a hard nose. Why did you tell me to run that play? I told you it wasn't going to work. I mean, that's why he's covering his mouth so nobody around him can hear what he's saying. Because I've been there. I've listened to it. You got to have a thick skin in this business. You do.
You think Wink Martindale will understand that? I mean, Wink Martindale's been in the business for 30 plus years. I mean, I think Wink would know what thick skin is. But here's if someone had
how do we know it's just Wink? How do we know
it's Kafka too? It's Wink. And by the way, Kafka may be gone soon, just so you guys know. And I'm not talking about.
I said this. I said when Wink is gone, I would not be surprised if Kafka's gone within a couple of weeks. Matter of fact, I think Kafka's. I just saw a post on Instagram. I follow Kafka on Instagram. I think him and his wife celebrate his 30th wedding anniversary. Congratulations, by the way, Kafka.
30th wedding anniversary. He's not that old.
Hold on, let me double check.
I think they're celebrating like an anniversary. Not 30th. He's 36.
Well, they got married when they were 6. Hold on.
Hold up. Let's see what I follow him and his wife. Let's see.
Oh, you follow him and his wife? What the hell?
Hold up. Because his wife posts the real stuff. He posts the, coach's stuff. Hold up. Alley Cat.
Oh, it's her 30-something's birthday. I'm sorry.
That makes a lot more sense.
That's her. Yeah, that's better than having 2 6-year-olds go down the aisle, That would be wrong.
What do you want the Giants to do
anyway?
For your
That's a good question. Hold on, I want to bring in Ant real quick.
A lot of options.
Elliot, you there?
What's going on, mate?
What's going on? Real quick, Elliot. How much of the monologue have you heard? I've been talking for about 30-some minutes now.
I've only just jumped in the last probably 5-10, but I've heard all about the Wink crap that's been going on. And
let's not say the Wink thing, but let's say the link. We'll call it the link. The leak.
I think it's all just the start of the off-season long. Let's just make stories up and get everyone rolled up about it. But once September comes around this year, none of the shit's going to matter. So why are we even bothering about it?
And you know what's funny? It's funny you say that because right when you said that, I was thinking of this. You want to know why all this is coming out? Why all this was leaked out? Because we're 6-11.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why. That's
but
why.
You know what? If you just got like the 2 blokes who got fired that were Wink's right hand man, if you got fired, you'd be pissed off. So you'd go you'd be stirring the pot. You'd be doing these ones, stirring the pot. That's what you want to do. It's all. You know what? It's probably not as bad as what it is, and it's probably not as good as what it is. It's somewhere in between. I trust that Shane and Dayball will sort it all out. I'm not going to worry about it, to be honest.
I would be shocked if it's Bobby. I'd be shocked. I'm gonna be honest. Because I
It's
mean,
more than just the guys that got fired, is what I've been. It's more than just the guys that got fired in the articles.
well,
Allegedly.
I mean, and that's another thing I'm saying. Well, before I get into it, Ant, welcome. Good to see you. What are your thoughts?
Rock of shit, the whole situation. But as the organization goes, the more they feed into it, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah.
What to do is let people say what they're going to say, handle behind doors, and that's it. I do,
Yeah.
however, with you, where it's just like a job. You got John Mayer, Steve Tisch, who are the CEO and the president. You got Joe Shane, who's the vice president, and then you got your supervisor, who's Brian Dable. Everybody has to do their job, or Joe Shane down Dable, and it will start at the top. It trickles down. John Mara and Steve Tisch go off on Joe Shane. Joe Shane goes off on Dable, and Dable has to relay it to his coaches.
It rolls downhill.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, you take a walk. Stuff I'm not doing, at least without getting told, hey, what are you doing? That's the way life works. These guys, just because they make millions of dollars, are no exception. They still have a job to do. Fortunately for them, their job is playing a game.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is they got to do their jobs, and if you don't, at our job, you get a slip. You get written up. These guys, they get called out right then and there, and that's what it should be. They're held accountable for the BS that they're doing, and whoever leaked it, the whole organization should have the mindset of, you know what, people are going to say what they're going to say. People are going to be bitter and leak whatever. We need to, buckle down on our own situation. If it's true, don't let anybody know it's true, but let's nip it in the bud. We'll stop saying certain things near certain people, and we'll just go minute by minute on how the day's supposed to go. Getting our job done, getting the locker rooms clean, getting ready to start, studying players that we might be drafting in the draft, getting ready to find these coaches like they're doing. You got to move on. You can't stay stuck in this, because if you do, it's going to make it worse. And then everybody outside the organization, fans, foes, whoever, media, they're going to take it and they're going to run with it and spew it any way they want. So the best thing for anybody to do is just let it go and keep moving. And I'm sure that's what the Giants are doing.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to reporters, because their job is to make any news bigger than
Especially in New York City too.
Oh yeah, that market.
it's.
I just want to read what Tanya said. I said it Tuesday, Sneaky. We have an idea what the conversation had with Dable only. They could only have come down on him time and time again, and he probably got tired of taking the blame for things that he isn't necessarily causing. I think honestly he's trying, but you get sick and tired of getting them coming at you each time. I think he may not have handled things perfectly, but it's growing pains of being a head coach. He is definitely like Coughlin, and I feel he is on the mend. Did you write something else?
I think she goes on. You can't be always right. Maybe that's my guess.
Yeah, for some reason it cut you off, Tanya. I'm sorry.
Here's my opinion on Dable being more Coughlin like in the later years when they won that, the Super Bowls. I agree with what Gabe said as far as like Tom had to change his thing. But where I think the misunderstanding is, or the miss of people not seeing it, Dable's already there. I've never seen Tom Coughlin embrace his guys when their job's getting done. He'll shake their hand and get right into the next play. Brian Dable takes time to go say, hey, great job, let's keep it up. He builds these guys up. So in that aspect, in that mindset, Dayball is being like Tom Coughlin, the Tom Coughlin that left the Giants, and he's trying to be that coach that, you know, he's hard on you, but he's gonna be there for you when you need him. And when people are doing him wrong, and like you know, the story out there is that he brought these guys into a room earlier in the season and said, "Listen, let's hash this out. If you got a problem with me, let's bring it out. We're not going to go fighting.
Yep.
We're not going to go fist to fist. We're going to talk it out, and maybe we can get past this. Maybe I can explain to you what I'm going
And
through.
I respect the way that he did that too.
But the problem
You
is,
have to. You have to respect that.
yeah, and that right there alone, whether the Giants had a bad season or not, that right there alone lets me know and let me know that Brian Daboll is the guy for this job. Clear story, end of story, however you want to put it. If he comes back and has another year or two where it's just horrible, then he's going to he'll be in the hot seat. But I think he's the coach that we need for this city. He's the coach that we need for this team. And he's going to find it's like medicine. You know, you take medicine, and if it's not working for you, you go on to another medicine till you find what works. Well, that's what Daboll's doing. He's shaking it up right now. He's trying to figure it out. And you got to remember, these things don't get done without the consent of Joe Shane, John Mara, and Steve Tisch. So if guys are getting fired, it's not just because Daboll's saying, let's get rid of them. It's a collective decision.
Or it could just be Shane saying, look, I've done some evaluations. I've done some self-assessments on some coaches. These are the ones that need to go.
Well, even that.
I mean, it could easily, or because I don't think Shane would cross that line. I think Shane would give his suggestions.
Right.
You know, because I know Shane, you could tell that they both respect each other.
And again, we don't know that was, again, strictly Shane. That could have started at the top. That could have been John Mara saying, hey, Joe, what's going on? Why isn't this working? And again, you got to look at in the beginning of the season where it was talked about Wink having a problem with, you know, players and you know, him and Dayball going at it a little bit. Like John Mara and Steve Tisch, mostly John Mara, so I'll just say his name. John Mara has to be saying to Joe Shane, what's going on? Like, we're trying to win games here, and we got coaches and the head coach going back and forth at each other, and now the players have it.
And then we got staffers saying, don't come here. So I'm going to tell you right now, I've spoken to a bunch of, you know, people that work for the Giants. Okay. And some I've gotten to know on a personal level. Okay. And to where now I get it. If someone were to ask me, you know, about my job, I'd say, yeah, I like it. It's a job. It pays the bills. Right. And when I ask those same questions to those that are inside New York Giants way, what is it? 1925 New York Giants way, Gabe?
Yep. Yes, that's correct. 1925 Giants Drive.
Yeah. Giants Drive. Sorry. Everybody says the same. It's a family-like organization. And when I do have other friends on other teams, I don't hear that. And even so for someone to say, don't come here, that it's almost like I want to know why.
That's the redheaded stepchild.
I guess so.
What do you guys think about so obviously going into this year, Daboll's going to have a lot of heat. Like, I mean, just because, you know, it's his third year, you know, he didn't win this past year, you know, he needs to put a better product on the field than 6-11, obviously. What do you guys think about him calling his own plays this year? Like, basically taking over play calling, especially if they bring in a rookie quarterback.
I'll tell you what, right now, I know on Tuesday when we spoke, and Elliot, I don't know if you heard what I said Tuesday on the show. I would not be shocked. Now, I did read something where Shane was talking with the GM in Chicago about the number 1 overall pick. Okay. And Ant, when I read that, you were the first person I thought of. If, and I'm going to answer your question here in a sec, Gabe. If we go number 1, we're going quarterback. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. And if we go number 1 and get that quarterback, I would not be shocked if we don't go out and get an offensive coordinator. Okay. If Shea stays, maybe Shea will get promoted. I could see Shea. I could see him getting promoted.
That's what the rumors are. Yes,
as the offensive coordinator, but not getting the play calling responsibility. The most job that I see that's very vital to this team is the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
If we don't get an official offensive coordinator that calls plays, I'm okay with that because that's Dable's system. That's Dable's, wheel wagon, if you will. And he will develop that quarterback if we get it. Now, same thing goes if we go a different direction with the 6th pick. But like I said, take a couple of our, maybe our 2nd, 3rd, or both 3rd round picks and trade up in the 2nd round to get a quarterback. I could see that as well. And then the same situation, where Dable takes over and develops a quarterback. I guess Elliot, what do you think?
There's not a whole people say, "Oh, this QB class, it's amazing, amazing, amazing." They said that about 2018 as well, and 2 of those guys there were not amazing. Josh Rosen is out of the league, and Sam Darnold's a backup. So proceed with caution is all I would say. Yes, I feel like we do need to address the position, but proceed with caution. Not everyone.
Tanya says, I felt that sigh that you gave, Elliot, in my spirit. I felt it too. Like that whole 2023 season, just, And what are your thoughts?
I mean, as far as that situation, I think I've pretty much said all I wanted to say. I do have a DC candidate that I have in mind. I think he would work well with Dayball. I just don't know if he's looking for this opportunity or not. And he did a hell of a job as a defensive coordinator elsewhere. I'm liking candidate for DC is Ron Rivera.
I think he's done though.
I think you might be right, but that's why I said if he's up to doing it.
I mean, if he's up to doing it, yeah. But when I watched him specifically against the Giants, it just seemed like he wasn't in it, coaching, he wasn't in it this year. He wasn't there.
I honestly think that he knew that his job was on from day one this year. I had one when it come to him.
Yeah. I agree with what I think Sneaky said it, or one of you said it. I don't know exactly, but and Patty Trina also said is if you're going to bring in, and that's if. I mean, the Giants are at pick 6. You're not guaranteed to get a top 3 quarterback, and I don't want Michael Penix. So, I mean, unless you guys want Michael Penix, I don't want anything to do with Michael Penix. Actually, I do later, but not at pick 6 is my point.
I don't like Penix at all unless the Giants are going out and trying to look for another right tackle. Because honestly, do you trust?
Right.
You know what I mean? Trust him to block his blind side. I don't.
I dream about a nice right tackle free agent signing right now, Ant. I dream about one. I don't think it's going to happen, but I can dream.
I mean, not in the first round. I truly believe that the Giants are, and again, it makes sense for the Giants to go quarterback in the first round because, like I said, Daniel Jones is going into his 6th year,
and we still make excuses.
Yeah, well, it's not even that 6th year. He's had 3 major injuries. How much more is the kid going to play?
He's one injury away from being done.
That's what I'm saying. We have to have somebody on standby that if all fails, Daniel Jones continues to be who we think he is, then you need that bridge, and that's what I think Daniel Jones could end up being this year if he doesn't step up, because we know technically at the end of this coming year, that his contract could be up, and that's up to the Giants.
And Joe Shane did say in his end of season presser that they do want to address the position, and they're going to look at all options available in terms of whether it's a vet, someone free agency, or through the draft. So I definitely think we are going to bring in someone for sure.
Even if they sign like a vet, I still think they could draft a quarterback. Like they could.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
If you look at the free agent vets that are out there right now, you guys are going to think I'm crazy, and the only reason I would pick him is because he's young, still young, and I think that Dable can mold him a little better than Jones is. I forgot his name already. Drew Lock.
Oh.
Locke was a beast in college. He had a couple good games this past year when Geno was out. So the kid definitely has what it takes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
With the right organization, with the right coaches, you know what I mean? I think he's not old. He's still got time.
Drew Luck.
He was with Denver. And then he got traded.
Oh, now he's with Seattle.
Yeah.
Now he's with Seattle. Yep. I mean, speaking of Drew Luck, to be fair, he did beat, the Eagles with no time left. Yeah. I mean, he's showing. He's showing potential, but if we're just going off of potential, Daniel Jones showed us potential too.
Well, okay, so here's the thing when it comes to Drew Lock. Drew Lock, the way he played in college, now I don't know that he could be this superstar, but he reminds me a lot more of Josh Allen than Daniel Jones does. He's got the better build. I think his decision making is better. I just think he needs the shot with the right organization, with the right staff.
I think so you said he reminds you of Josh Allen?
Got an arm like him. He's not afraid to run the ball when he has to. He's not injury prone. I haven't seen him hurt.
Well, let's knock on wood.
Everybody on that besides him is like either washed or close to being washed.
Right.
I mean, he's
what
the
do you
only
guys think we should do with Evan Neal?
Oh my God, Jesus!
Because
he's still under contract, so I think
contract. I would like to actually.
He would be so much better at guard based on how slow.
I agree. I reckon kick him in the gut. You spend a top 10 pick on him. You might as well see where he can play. You don't just kick him to the curb. See if you can play guard. If you can play guard, let him stay there. If you can't, flick him to the street.
He's got to eat a little crow on that too, because when asked if he would mind moving somewhere else, he had the same answer that Makai did with the Jets.
Danya says, "Let him flip hot dogs."
Yeah, literally. If he's shit, let him go flip some burgers.
Real quick, I got to say something. NJ, my goats, Lucas, I think that's you. If you want to, I know you said you wanted to join the show earlier today. Go to my YouTube channel or Twitch, log in, and you'll see the link. All you got to do is click on the link, and they'll bring you up in the backstage.
Sneak, I'm gonna have to jump off because I've got to finish off some stuff before this.
Oh yeah, that's why I brought you on as soon as I saw you.
It's 2:30 Friday Arvo over here, so I'm trying to knock off and go to the beach or something.
Wait, 2:30 p.m. on Friday?
Yeah, it's Australia.
We're very far ahead in the future, Gabe.
Dear Lord.
And just so us Americans know, knock off means take off of work. Just so you guys know. Huh?
You guys don't say knock off?
We don't say knock off, no. Well, we do, but for others.
We say knock it off to people.
Yeah, we say knock it off to, tell people to knock it, like, stop it, damn it. That's,
No. We say, like, especially on a Friday, if you're in the office, knock off drinks. Off you go. Go have a beer. Anyway,
right?
I want to break some news to you guys. So we all heard that Mike McCarthy is going to be returning for the 2024 NFL season as
brilliant move by
head coach. So I would like to formally announce that the Dallas Cowboys have been eliminated again from playoffs.
Officially eliminated
Because
from
Mike
playoff
McCarthy is returning. So, Sneaky, you might want to update your sign to 30 years because we might as well just get ready for it to come again because it's just the same old shit.
You know what you need to Sneaky,
when it happens. Trust me.
You need to get a professional type sign made up that's blank years and counting, right? But it's got those flip numbers on it.
Oh my God. Facts. I'm gonna work on that. I am honestly, I got you, Ant. Thank you for that. Yes.
That's a good idea.
Has to start at 29 and go
30, 30.
Oh my God. Yes. Or just make like a magnet and just stick on the magnets after every year.
And even if by some miracle chance they win one, you just
don't put that out. How dare you put that out there in the universe?
Listen, I said it last year. I jinxed them. It's good.
Okay.
Listen, Jerry Jones reiterated that he's keeping McCarthy. So there you go.
Yeah, that's the.
And they've already been eliminated.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate seeing you, man. Wish you the best luck and everything. Gentlemen, ladies, if you don't know, this is Thunder from Down Under. Don't ask me how I know. He has an OnlyFans. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Aussie Giant. Go look him up on Instagram. Give him a follow. Thanks for showing up, Elliot. I appreciate it.
No,
Let me hear.
I appreciate it. I've been floating in and out. I've been busy, so I want to try and come on a bit more frequently. So I appreciate you letting me jump on. And fellas, enjoy the rest of your night. And let's go Giants.
Oh,
I appreciate you, brother.
I can't believe it's 2:30.
Draft time, Elliot. We'll do an OT. We'll do an OT.
So far, 2:30.
I want to bring on. We got to get this over with. We got to get the first off. Happy birthday! I know it was Monday. Happy birthday!
It was a cold Monday.
It was a hella cold Monday, and I gotta ask you a serious question.
Hold on. I just want to say this is exclusive. I haven't talked about Cowboys at all. This is the first time I've opened my mouth about it.
So an exclusive.
Okay. This is exclusive.
On
no one heard
SneakyG mega count.
Great.
SneakyG podcast.
Michael Parsons said they were going to win the Super Bowl. So
he said it last year. Yeah, he did. He
said it on his podcast this year too.
Says a lot of stuff.
Oh, he did. Right. And I what's it called? So let me ask you this, Nate. Seriously, did you have a weird feeling about this game?
Yes, but I will, and I know this sounds crazy. It did surprise me. It really did. Yeah. I thought the Green Bay curse was over. I thought, Aaron Rodgers was the whole reason it's been happening, and they shut that down really fast. I've never felt this way about the Cowboys in my life. Never. They've lost, and I've put it to the side, whatever. We'll get them next year. I think firmly, and I texted you this, I just don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I don't think we're going to be able to do it.
That's right. You did text me that.
Yeah. And I appreciate you checking up on me because it was
matter of fact, may I share the text message that I sent you?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can find it because I have quite a few.
Yeah, did you see
Cowboy fans?
Hired Bill O'Brien?
What's that?
Ohio State hired Bill O'Brien as their offensive coordinator.
Ohio State's done, bro. They already got him listed as number 2 in the nation next year. They're done, man.
Do they even have a quarterback?
I sent you a text that said, "You good?" Question mark. And this was at 9:22 p.m. And you said, "Destroyed. I can't believe they really can't get it done. I believe it may never actually happen." No, you said, I'm sorry. I believe it may never actually happen.
Damn.
I mean, like I said, it's one thing to get blown out. in your home stadium, which they technically didn't because they got touchdowns.
Jordan Love said, "Hold my beer to
Yeah.
dash Dallas hopes."
The bigger issue is when it comes to Dallas is why does the opposing team have a better playoff record in my own stadium than we do? Like,
I don't know. It's a thing. I haven't figured it out yet. I guess just sometimes, and this, I don't pay attention to other teams as much. I mean, I watch football. I don't know if there's a team that the Giants just can't ever seem to handle business with.
usually,
Maybe there is, or maybe the Cowboys, but we won't talk about that.
Okay, now y'all just lost in the playoffs
Hold on.
after winning the division. Okay, y'all the only home team to lose this week. I don't think you should throw any shots
Okay,
at the Giant fans today. Because hold on, Nate, being a Giants fan, even though we didn't play, we had a hell of a lot of better weekend than Eagles and Cowboy fans did. So I'm going to say that.
I 100% believe you did, because mine wasn't great. But watching the Eagles lose it helped it a little bit. But anyway, there's just something about Green Bay and the Niners, and this is just in the amount of time that I've been watching football. I'm only 22, so what do you knock off about 8 years of that is how long I've been watching the Cowboys or so. So, I mean, how many playoff games is that? Maybe what?
You said you're 22?
Yeah. So Dak's record is what, 2-5?
Yeah.
I've seen all of him, and I've seen one playoff run by Romo, I believe. I think. Maybe two.
You saw what? Did you see 07?
Nope.
When were you born?
2002.
Oh, okay, good.
So I think 2014 was like my first legit kind of like realizing I'm a Cowboys fan and watched it. So I've put off all of those losses, and this one hurt so bad. And I'm going to say this on stream. I've never done this, and it's nothing crazy. I took all my Cowboy stuff down. I can't look at it. I'm serious. And you know I am diehard about my team.
Yes.
I can't look at it right now. They hurt my feelings bad this time.
At least your TV's still intact.
Yeah, I didn't break anything. I was definitely frustrated. Enough for me to get up and take all my stuff down, sit down, and then watch the Cowboys start to cook it up in garbage time, but it was a rough one. It really was. I really don't know what this team can do to get over
So Romo lost in the divisional round in 2014.
So Green Bay.
Was it the Green Bay in 2014? Oh, yes, it was. It was the catch. Or the no catch.
No, it was the catch.
No, it was the no catch. It was a no catch. That's what they called it. Let's call it what was called on the field.
Well,
not by your feelings.
If you would have called it one.
2016, that was Green Bay again.
Yep.
2018, that was the Rams. And then the 49ers, and then Green Bay. Yeah.
49ers.
God dang.
That's what I'm saying. So the only way I feel like we'll ever get over this hump is if Green Bay and the Niners don't play the Cowboys. And that's
just not in the playoffs, period.
Yeah, just some way of that drawing.
So so I asked you about the feeling before the game. Now, during the game, at what point did you realize it's over?
All right, so they go down the field. I went out to eat to watch the start of the game, but they didn't have any audio, which was lame. So I left there pretty quick. I watched the first drive, and there was two key moments on that drive. I think we had a penalty on third down. I can't remember what it was. It was something. I could tell right then and there that this team was just going to go down and score, and they did. Then we come out, and we do a whole lot of nothing, and I could tell by Mike McCarthy's face. He was so nervous. Dak has this face. Everyone's seen it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Dak has this face. His eyes get real big. Sometimes he might even just have his mouth open on the sideline. When he does that, it's over. This team
he did have the confused look on his face.
They were so nervous. I felt it through the TV. Like, I knew it was over from the first quarter before the game even got out of hand. I just knew it was going to get ugly. Now, you bring in Aaron Jones, who averages 100-something yards on you every time you play, and you have no answer for it. Dan Quinn goes out and calls possibly which, by the way, me talking about Dak Prescott, I will not put that game on Dak Prescott. That defense was absolutely terrible. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, the defense just didn't show up. We're sitting there. We have our linebackers are all safeties. None of these guys are stacking the box. None of them are ready to play football. The only good thing that comes out of Dallas is maybe a couple ball hawks. Micah Parsons runs his mouth. I'm honestly kind of over it, Micah. It's just the defense is the whole reason I think that game got all types of jacked up. Dak's first interception, you could argue that Brandon Cooks just isn't as good as Jair Alexander, and that's fine. Sometimes that's just the matchup. He just
that was a hell of a play.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You just lost that one, whatever. And then, I honestly think you take that pick away. I personally don't think we see another pick that game, but it could go both ways. The pick six, man, that just kind of just let me know, like, all right, well, here we go again.
They equate a pick six carries so much momentum as to where it's almost like a dunk, like a Shaq type alley-oop dunk that just mentally destroys.
It crushes everybody in the arena or in the.
So I got Danny in the private chat, and he said the pick six, he knew it was over. For me, it wasn't the pick six.
Well, at that point, it's 27-0 or 27. Was it 27?
It's 20. It was no, I think that was 14. I think that was 14 to nothing, and then it was 27-7 at halftime because it was 14-0, and I want to say Jones ran it in another time to make it 20-0 because they missed the extra point.
I think the pick six was right before the half. I'm pretty sure.
I don't. Hold on. Let me double check. Somebody let me know. So Danny said, yes, it was.
So it put the score up 27. And I think we scored the drive right before that one. Yeah. So right when we thought we were getting in the door, getting our feet wet, it just crushed you like that.
Yeah, that's when I knew it was over because they came back, they had a score, and then Green Bay just walked right back down the field.
And I'm not taking nothing away from Green Bay. It's a solid team. And I knew going into the game that they was going to play good, but I didn't think it was going to be that ugly on the Cowboys side. I mean, those guys were wide open all day. He's just running the ball down the field. I mean, I don't think anybody in any quarterback you put there, I don't think they win that game. Not with that defense. It doesn't happen. So I'm going to go ahead and make my predictions. Cowboys go 12-5 again and get bounced out. And that's just what it is. I'm going to hope they don't, but I'm going to expect it. I feel like it's best for my mental health. And guys like you have been telling me that for years, and I've just been blowing it off. But I think a lot of Cowboy fans have realized we're in trouble. It's literally, there's a chance this could never happen. Jerry Jones or whatever, whoever you want to put it on. I can't point fingers, to be honest with you. There's too many.
I thought I posted
the pick six?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it put the score up 27. Pains me to even watch anything from this game right now. And then
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find.
I got you. Okay. Oh, okay. I got it. So it was to put the score up to 27. Yes.
So that did make the score 27-0.
With a minute and 50 seconds left before the half. And the Cowboys did not score before that, actually. So I think the Cowboys actually scored right before the half.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Is it still in my
Cowboys scored with 0 seconds left going into the second half.
Right.
Ferguson.
That's very true.
Dak Prescott sitting at 12 for 22, 86 yards, 2 interceptions, and a touchdown. I think okay, so that was towards the end of the game. So obviously the Cowboys started cooking. You could say garbage time because Green Bay did take their starters out, but they immediately put them back in.
Oh, I did it on my. Okay, no, I was thinking of the first interception. That's when it was 17. That was when it was 7-0. Then they scored after that. Yeah. Okay.
You could chalk it up to 27-0 in the first half, but we scored it then. But honestly, like that's just ridiculous. And us scoring all at the end of the game just kind of made the playoff loss not look as bad. But I promise you,
yeah, the game was
that hurt bad. That game was terrible. Like I said, I put all my Cowboy stuff to the side.
Pick six was with 2 minutes. Was that the the reason why I'm laughing? Ethan, I'm sorry I'm laughing. No, I'm not. I could just feel the pain that you know. I'm reading it as pick six was at the 2-minute warning, but I'm hearing you type it as the pick six was at the 2-minute warning. I can just hear that pain. I can hear that.
So from y'all watching the game, what was the reason they lost this game? And if just say the Cowboys, if that's why, then that's why. But if there's something in particular that stood out to you, what would it be?
I think, I just think that they slept on them. To be honest, I know you said it was the defense, and yeah, the defense did not show up. Okay, that I think was it the last touchdown or second to last touchdown where that tight end was just wide open.
Yeah, that right there was
that was crazy. And then I think I'm going to say this: Dak needs to get a psychiatrist because he's 2-5 in the playoffs, 2-5, and he needs to. I mean, he is seriously.
Can we break it down a little bit though? I know his record looks really bad. But his rookie year, he goes against Aaron Rodgers and they get a walk-off field goal. Defense lets up 30 points. I don't want to put that on him. I really don't. And then you go against prime Todd Gurley. Your defense also allowed 30 points that game. And then the Niner losses start coming in. That's when you start to – I can agree with you with the Dak Prescott.
Well, no, I'm not – but see, it's all quantified. It doesn't matter how he played. It matters that he lost. That's what matters in this whole thing. And I think I truly believe that there's some kind of psychological block now because throughout the season, CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott were in sync. Okay.
Like crazy in sync.
And this playoff game is like the first game together.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is by it, but I truly believe Dak is going to need some. And I'm not saying this to be an ass. I'm not saying Dak needs some. I'm just being honest. There's a psychological situation now to where he has a mental block to where he can't perform in the playoffs.
So we start this game.
Well, hold on, real quick, Nate. What do you guys think? Ant, Gabe, what is your impression of what went wrong, and why did you enjoy it as much as I did, if not more?
I think. I know they'd only assume it, but I think there was a cockiness there about Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
16 wins at home.
Let's see. Dak needs to keep doing what he's doing. Yes, he does. Every playoff game you play against an elite player, bad teams don't get in the playoffs. You know, hold on. I'm glad he brought that up.
The Eagles got in the playoffs.
I'm sorry if I cut you off. Right. I'll let you finish your thought in a sec. Your schedule was a fraud. you know, you guys beat teams that you were supposed to beat. And I just think that although we did beat Green Bay, okay, that was the height of
When did y'all
Tommy
do that?
Cutlets. Yeah, Tommy Cutlets. But in
This year-
seriousness, huh?
When
He
this
has
year?
to- Yeah, week 11? 11? Week 11? Why does that sound right? What up? I'm gonna look it up.
I'm gonna go through the whole. I'll go through the whole schedule with you. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Now, obviously, then you beat us 40-0. Okay, punched us in the mouth, put us in a trajectory that we didn't expect. But then you beat the Jets. Okay, you beat the Jets. But then you lost to the Cardinals. I think that should have been a telling signal right there.
Well, I've seen Dak lose to backup quarterbacks pretty often, so I shrugged it off as it wasn't really that big of a deal. It did hurt us. Well, actually, I guess it didn't. We ended up winning the division, which I kind of wish we didn't win the division now, but I think we beat Bucks at Bucks. But okay, so we got
you guys beat New England fairly handily. Then you got spanked by the 49ers.
I think that game was worse than what
You
it
know
was.
what? This should have been a tell right here. You barely got past the Chargers, 20-17. Then you smacked up the Rams. What was it, 43-20? Then you lost to the Eagles. You beat us, and then this is where you guys started getting cocky because you beat the Panthers. You beat the Commanders, then you beat Seattle, and you're feeling yourself.
I was at that game,
and then you beat Philadelphia pretty in a dominant fashion,
as everybody did at that point.
And hold on a sec. Here we go. Cowboys went on a 7-1 against the 6 worst teams record-wise, 5-4 against everyone else. Yeah, that's pretty much that in a nutshell.
But I just don't think that's terrible, though. I mean, how many good teams are you going to play on your schedule? And this speaks really for every team.
So I was so bold to make a post on TikTok when you had the 5 games. It was the Commanders, Seattle, Philadelphia, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. Okay. I knew for a fact you guys weren't going 5-0.
I was hoping
And
we would, but I figured
you lost back to back to Buffalo and to Miami. And I knew that. I knew it was those. I actually thought you were going to lose to Seattle. I hope
close one. That was a close one. I think the Miami game just we shot ourselves in the foot in that game, to be honest. But the Bills game, we got completely waxed, and that team is exactly who showed up in the playoffs.
2 giant goofballs says glad Cowboy fan says mediocre isn't terrible. So Ant, Gabe, you guys got anything for Nate?
No, it's.
Ant, what could they do to fix this? And don't say they can't. What would you do if you were a coach or you were the owner of this said team? What can you do to fix this? I think it's really hard this year. I don't know.
And you got to understand, you're asking Giant fans, what would you do to fix this?
Don't look at it as
let's be honest.
Look at it from like a legit, like non-biased, nothing, just like this football team. Doesn't have to be the Dallas Cowboys, but this exact replica of play style. What can you fix to make it
again
a championship team?
So let me tell you, I don't know. Gabe, who do you hate worse in the division? Cowboys or Eagles or Commanders? Who do you hate more?
Oh my God. Probably the Eagles fans, because I live near Eagles fans. So that's my thing.
Yeah. That's the facts. I live in that. Yeah. So 2 out of the 3, 1 lows the Dallas Cowboys. entirely.
I don't like the Dallas Cowboys though.
Right. But I mean, although I knew Philly was already going to lose, I knew that, but I took great satisfaction in the demise of the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
I wish I was there.
I was wondering.
Had I would have cashed out my OnlyFans, I would have been.
There's got to be a way to look. I know it sounds crazy because it would probably be hard for me to say it. Well, no, I could talk about the Eagles. Just look at it not as the Cowboys. Just look at it from like an outside perspective, like just as a football fan. What do you do here? Because I don't think there's anywhere you could point a finger. I see Danny says trade Dak. I just don't see there's any other option.
You guys have to pay Dak $64 million this year. That's the funniest part.
I don't know exactly what we're gonna pay him, but I don't know if he's.
You either have to extend him or pay him $64 million.
I think I'm hoping, and this is just hope. It's a big possibility it won't happen. Maybe he'll come to realization that first off, Dak's made a lot of money. I'm hoping
Phil, if you got a question, put it in the private chat and I'll read it.
I mean, make a Super Bowl run, give some money out through the team. I think trading Dak would probably be the worst thing you could do.
Super Bowl run is in Dak Prescott's definition. So,
well, I mean, what other option? Who do you put there?
Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
I don't know. I don't think so, Philly.
So you can't move Dak Prescott out of there. You could move a coach. There's coach options. There's better options, coach. Obviously, it isn't happening. I mean, you can't move that. That's just
Nate,
not...
someone is curious. Do you work for the Overtime app?
No, I do not.
I'm not going to say I told you so. I told you so.
No, it's Overtime because I do a lot of gaming streaming outside of work. And
what is that championship trophy you got back there?
I actually won that this year, and it's cool because this is my uncle's league, and he used to play fantasy back when it was, pen and paper, however long ago that was.
Mm-hmm.
This league's been around so long. They're all, 30, 40 years old, and I'm the youngest one in there, and I finally got my first win this year.
Put it toward the camera. Let's get a better. I mean, you won it. Let's celebrate this win you got.
Yeah, it was huge for me. It's a big deal.
And it's it's your birthday, and you got a fantasy, and your name gets put on it, right?
Yeah, it hasn't yet. My uncle's got to order. It's just a big deal because I've been trying. Like, he's the one who introduced me into fantasy football, and I ended up winning it finally. And of course, they all wanted me to win eventually. I won from the 4th seed, so I really had to pull that one out.
So I will tell you, the family here, we have a family feud. Okay. It's only like a 4-team league, but because Nick and Mama Boss share a team and Sienna has a team and it's my oldest Sierra. Sadly, the only person that has yet to win is Sienna. And I played against her in the championship round this year.
Oh.
And I told her, I said, you better, I said, you better set your team up. You better, and I think I won by like, pretty high. I would like to do a SneakyG fantasy football.
I think it's a good idea.
League. What do you think, Ant? Would you join?
Yeah, I'd do it.
How many people?
Man, I don't know, because I know so many people would want it, and I'm not trying to say that like I'm like this show was all that in a bag of chips, but I know a lot of people would want to join.
Yeah, of course.
And
eventually, when you have a lot of people, it makes it a lot different.
I don't know if we have to do a raffle or whatever the case may be. I don't know. We'll come up with something.
Lottery system.
And we'll think of something. But Nate, I hate to say this. Gotta let you go. I'm glad you came on. I do want to talk to you offline about something, and we'll talk about that more. But until then, it's always good to see you. Happy birthday. You do anything special for your birthday?
Nope. We was snowed in or iced in for my birthday, so I didn't do a whole lot or any of that. Gotcha. But I appreciate it though.
How old are you now? You're 22 now?
22 now.
One step closer to retirement.
Right?
All right, man. Hey, let me hear
All
it
right.
one time, brother.
Let's go Giants. Ow.
I appreciate you. You have a good one. Let me all right, Philly.
Bro,
What, man?
I was about to say,
You about to say what?
y'all going to you going to bring Danny in and waste the next 30 minutes talking about the Giants.
Waste. It's his show.
I mean,
Anyways, let's talk
go
about
ahead
the
and waste
Giants.
30 minutes.
Let's talk about the Giants.
Yeah, let's go ahead and waste 30 minutes right now.
Yeah.
Hell. What? Now,
Yo, these Philly fans got the balls, bro.
Mike, now you got to say it twice. When I bring you on,
I was going to
now
say
you got
that,
to say. Now you got to say it twice.
Why
waste
Damn, Mike.
30 minutes?
Mike is
What?
crazy, yo.
hear my reaction? when he came on?
Well, hold on. First off, I want to welcome everybody to the Mike Givens podcast, where we waste your time talking about how we positively waste your time talking about the New York Football Giants.
Mike, you did it to yourself. You
Oh my God. He does not stop. Like, there is no filter. None.
We know Mike for years now. He had no filter. You know
Mike
that.
is right, guys. Listen, Mike is right. Bring him back on, and we'll talk about that amazing Super Bowl run that the Eagles had this year.
Right?
That'll
I mean, so now, just so everybody is aware, okay, I'm not bullying Mike. If I didn't do this to Mike, I wouldn't. There is nothing but love for Mike here. But he is going to wait 30 minutes before he comes. No, he's not going to wait 30 minutes. But he's going to wait. How do you come on? Okay, all right, hold on. Look, my show is not all that in a bag of chips. Okay, I want to be upfront and honest, right? And he makes the show. Let's just call it what it is. Okay.
It's true.
How do you come on someone's show and say to them, I was about to say, you're gonna bring somebody else on and waste 30 minutes?
We'll talk about 3 hours about the Giants. How about that?
We're talking about the Giants. And this is a Giants podcast.
No, the Giant collapse.
Right. I mean, we could talk about the Giant Eagles collapse.
We could talk about Giants with a backup whooped up.
My God. And here, see, we got here, and I love Loops. Loops, you know you love the show. You know you don't.
He loves the show.
Don't lie. You ain't got to lie, Loops. You ain't got to lie. We know. We know. I just want to know, why isn't the 2 giant goofball? Where are you at? How come you ain't jumped on yet?
That Drew?
Oh my God, Mike! All you're doing is making it worse for yourself. All you're doing is.
Let's see. I get that. I talk about it over an hour about the Eagles.
Oh, really? He really said that last part?
Actually, good. That's an actual, and he's gonna keep going. He is going to keep going.
How good of a football team are there? You lost to the Giants and their backup quarterback. How good of a team are they?
And the Seahawks and Drew Lock. I know we were just talking.
Exactly.
Facts. Oh, he said, but we made the playoffs. Okay, you made the playoffs, but you didn't show up to play in the playoffs. There's a difference, Mike. There's a huge difference.
It's a big difference. Yeah.
While we're waiting on Mike, I want to bring on Loops real quick, so he can tell me how badly he hates the show.
He loves all of us, bro. Look at
him. Loops, you love the show, Loops.
Loops, you're on mute, bud.
Oh yeah, you're muted, and I didn't mute you. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you muted yourself.
Loops, you're on mute.
Look at that face. He's like, oh, no.
Let's see. Editing an episode we just shot, maybe on soon. Oh, he has to go. Okay, he has to come back on. Okay.
No, it's
because
because
Philly. I'm going to watch the Ted series. I'm going to watch the Ted. Go watch the Ted series.
Yeah, go watch and come back after you binge watch it. After 8 hours of that.
What do Eagles do after they win the Super Bowl? They turn off the Xbox and go to bed.
Love it.
I hate this show.
You hate this. You hate this show like I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Why are you guys talking about the Giants on a Giant show?
We're wasting your time. That's why. We're wasting your time. You know, we're wasting everybody's time.
At least 30 minutes.
Yeah,
at 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
Minimum. So okay, I want your honest opinion, Loops. We're not going to talk about the Giants for about 30 seconds, okay? Because we have a Dallas Cowboy fan here who obviously all of a sudden stopped wearing Dallas Cowboy stuff for obvious reasons. You know, you guys lost in the playoffs this after you won the division. Only home team to do so. Dak is 2-5 in the playoffs. And you know, and the Packers got a better record in AT&T Stadium than Dak. Hey Mama, how you doing? How did you feel when McCarthy's coming back? When you heard the news that McCarthy's coming back?
We're gonna lose again. Like, bro, really?
He's saying Jerry Jones really needs to die.
My God, bro. I don't know
how many more
they met. They had a meeting. They had a 3-hour meeting. It was reported a 3-hour meeting.
It was a 3-hour meeting that was worthless, just like the 30 minutes of you talking about the Giants.
Right? And you know, hold on. I think I might have some of that audio.
Hey,
no, let me stop. Let me stop. I was gonna do something, but it's gonna stay on YouTube. I had to rewind that. You know. And
you know
okay, Danny, you know that comedian Tracy Morgan, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if you remember his skit where he said his mom would make sure they get an Xbox.
I haven't seen that skit. I haven't seen that skit.
Okay, then I'm letting it go. We'll talk about something else. But anyway, it was a 3-hour meeting. And Jerry said, I'm assuming that the reason why McCarthy's sticking around is because Belichick was like, hell no. I think that's.
I wonder what he told Jerry to convince him to stay. Like, I wonder what he told Jerry.
He probably just said, "I love you," and that idiot fell for it.
Probably.
You know, I was watching one of my favorite shows that I watch is Part of the Interruption. What'd you say, Ant? I'm sorry.
He winked at Jerry Jones and asked if the bathroom was empty.
Oh my God!
Jerry walked out with Russ.
We got kids. We got kids on the show. Ant. We got kids.
Oh, good.
We got kids.
You know what's sorry? The most sorriest thing I saw was everybody burning their Dallas Cowboy stuff. Like Skip Bayless going out and saying he threw away all his garbage. But just wait. Yeah. Say they do something good next year, all those fake fans are gonna be out there. Oh yeah, Dallas Cowboys they're trash, bro. That is the biggest trash I've ever seen.
They're gonna re-buy Dak Prescott jerseys.
They're ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous people like Skip Bayless. All as famous as he is and as much crap as he talks, he's ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
I realize something. I now know why the Dallas Cowboys have the highest revenue in the NFL because their fans burn more shirts per year than any other team. So they got to go back and buy them the next year.
That's why they're the richest
franchise. They make Walmart. They make Walmart tons of money because of the television.
Imagine 28 years of burning jerseys.
It's crazy.
I was watching one of my favorite shows is Pardon the Interruption. Okay. And Tony Kornheiser made a comment stating that Jerry Jones does not like to fire his coaches while they're under contract. This is not what he does. He does not like to fire coaches while they're under contract. I call BS. And the reason why I say this, you had a Super Bowl winning coach,
Jimmy Johnson,
and you fired a back-to-back, first time in NFL history.
Yep.
And you fire him. And if I'm not mistaken, he was still under contract.
Yep.
So maybe since after that he fired him, maybe. But I don't recall the other coaches that was under the reign, Garrett, and before Garrett, Wade Wilson, not only Wade Wilson,
Harry Switzer.
Switzer, and it wasn't like Campo, wasn't he like a coach or something?
Thanks.
I don't know. I don't know. But
let's facts here too. Barry Switzer won a Super Bowl with the Cowboys with a Jimmy Johnson team.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
And then
can you imagine though, Loops, if he would have had his ego checked at the door, your franchise would be second to none to the Patriots.
Oh yeah.
It's freaking Jerry's ego. That's what it is.
That's all it is. That's all it is. Yesterday, I was on the NFC East show, and True Blue, bless his heart, went in the spiel about what needs to be done, and kind of being cryptic. And I was kind of catching what he was throwing, and I entertained the thought that he was talking about Jerry Jones. And I didn't say you by name, but I mentioned how some fans say we are not going to be successful until this man dies.
Yep. You can say my name.
And I would never do that. I wouldn't. I would rather they watch the 20 some hours of one of my episodes to hear that whole conversation. Then they earned it, But he was in disbelief. But honestly, that is where it's coming to now. And you know me, I'm enjoying every second of the failures of the Dallas, because when you guys lose, I win. It's a personal victory for me, But congratulations to retaining your coach. We'll see if he gets an extension.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
Year.
He probably will.
I hope so.
I mean, just imagine if they did win a playoff game, but then they lose in the divisional round, and what will happen?
They'll be like the Raiders. They're gonna pay 3 coaches for the next 4 years, because they're still paying Gruden. They're gonna pay McDaniels, and they still have to pay the new coach.
Wait, they're still paying Gruden?
Yeah,
That's a big contract.
Gruden was under a 10-year deal, and McDaniels was under like a 4 or 5 year deal. They have to pay both plus the new coach.
They must have Bobby Bonilla's agent.
Oh,
Oh my God, that is crazy. Well, I do know that Texas. I know that Texas.
We're still paying Judge, right? Yeah, we're still paying Joe Judge.
Joe Judge. We might still be paying Pat. No.
Hold up. There is
no. Are we still paying? What's his name? Oh, what's his name?
Pat Shermer.
No, McAdoo.
No, Shermer. Are we still paying Shermer?
No, not at this point, right? Not at this point. No.
New York. I'm googling this right now.
Yeah,
we're definitely still paying Judge.
I thought the deal was these guys only get paid if they don't end up on another team.
Because they have
that what it is?
That's what I thought it was.
Because I'll tell you this: when Martindale finally resigned, when he quit, he's not getting that money.
Yeah, but that's because
I know. Yeah,
that's because they mutually part ways. We fired Joe Judge.
Yeah, it's just like with Kingsbury from Arizona. Did you see that video he posted?
No.
He's at the beach or something like that, and they asked him, "Are you ready to come back and coach?" And then he looks behind him and he sees the beach and the ocean's behind him. And he's like, "I'm still getting paid. I'm good."
Who's this?
Because Arizona fired him, didn't they?
Yeah, Kingsbury from.
Oh, Kingsbury.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think
yeah.
how it works.
Well,
is
I gotta bring on Drew because I asked him where he was at. So
Here I am.
everybody, welcome to one of the two giant goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. What's up, Drew? How you doing?
What's up? How's it going, everybody?
Mike, sorry, we're gonna be wasting more of your time.
Oh yes.
Yo, Big Dash knows. Yo, I'm gonna put out the link. If you could, please also join, please, if you can.
I haven't seen Dash in a while.
Yeah, it's funny you guys bring up Cliff Kingsbury. You heard the news today on him, right?
No.
Yeah,
he's
like
interviewing for the Bears OC job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keep in mind, he's the QB coach at USC right now.
Yep.
Caleb Williams.
Exactly. Doesn't take a genius to connect those dots.
Yeah, you
Not
go.
at all.
I don't want Caleb Williams anyway.
Nor do I, but I want that pick.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you brought that up, Drew, because I was talking about it earlier today. That apparently Joe Shane and the GM to the Bears, they're having that conversation. And
I've heard of that from fans. Where did you hear that from? Like a
well, it was on it. I'll be honest. It was an Instagram post. I'll be honest.
A little
That
birdie
whole
told
thing
him.
was like it came from Blue. It came from Big Blue Interactive, which anyone can post on. Basically, it's like it's basically like a fan messaging board, and someone posted. You know, anyone can post it though. That's the thing. Like, it's not very credible. Like,
I'll
it's
say
not the
this
most
though.
credible report.
If you don't think Joe Shane has had a conversation with the Bears, the Commanders, the Patriots, the Cardinals, he's had a conversation with every single team ahead of him. I guarantee it.
I think the Patriots are our best shot.
No. I wish so. Only if one of the two take Marvin Harrison.
The Pats
Jr.
are definitely taking a quarterback.
They need a quarterback.
Yeah, Pats are definitely taking a quarterback. It
So,
might
Drew,
be with the Cardinals.
So let me ask you this, Joe, real quick. So my idea is that I don't believe we're going to go number one at pick 6 unless I agree with Ant. Ant says if we go higher than number 6, then we go quarterback. I get that. However, if we stay at 6, but then use the equity that we have, move up in the second round, that is where we'll second or third round, third being the latest, right? Depending how it falls, that is when we'll pick up a quarterback. Does that seem more feasible?
What I've been saying forever, I'd love to do is, let's say hypothetically the big 3 quarterbacks are gone at 6, which is a very good possibility, obviously. I would want to trade down to like the middle of the first round, get a wide receiver, because a whole bunch of decent ones that'll be there in that mid first round area there. And then I want to use our 2 second-round picks, move back into the very end of the first round, and get the quarterback then. I'm a Penix guy myself. I would take him in a heartbeat.
Who's our right tackle going to be?
I'm iffy on him. I'm iffy.
Okay. I knew that's where he was going to go.
It's the off season. We got to figure that out still.
So with Penix, right? With Penix, would you judge him solely off of the national championship game? Because now let's quantify this game. Okay.
Yeah.
He looked good. He looked good all season. Okay. He looked good in the Pac-12 championship, arguably, possibly the last one ever. He looked good in the Sugar Bowl, was the Sugar Bowl MVP, but wasn't quite there in the national championship game. Was a little off. Okay. How would you grade that with knowing his successes throughout the season? And I don't want to talk about Indiana and his, injuries that he's had there. That's a different conversation. But just the body of work this week and then evaluating that championship game performance.
I look at that game and I think Washington was hands down a worse team than Michigan overall. So are we going to hand that loss to one guy? And that's not to say that it's not part of the scouting equation that you look at that game and go, wait a minute, he didn't step up in the biggest game when they really needed him to. That's part of the evaluation. But let's be very frank and say it wasn't for him. They're not even in that game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I look at the fact that he's got 3 really good receivers. And everybody loves those receivers. And I've heard people talk about, he has 3 really good receivers. Well, you know what those 3 receivers all have as well? Him.
Yep. Yeah.
I heard the same thing with C.J. Stroud. All these wide receivers are great at Ohio State. That's why he looks so good. How does he look now?
Yeah.
Pretty damn
Very
good.
good point.
And I'm not saying he's the next CJ Stroud. I'm not sitting there saying that any of these guys in that second tier of quarterback are going to be an amazing take us to the Super Bowl kind of quarterback. But I'll say this right now: they'll be better than DJ.
Okay. Yeah.
I think all these quarterbacks in this draft are better than DJ.
He can't read defenses, so I can't move forward with a guy who can't read defenses in his 5th year in the league. I can't. I need somebody.
The moment that broke it with me for DJ was when I think it was Monday Night Football against Seattle when he threw that pick six. That just broke me. I mean, that was the end. I could after that. He literally looked at that was his first read and just threw the ball. I swear that's what he did.
And Waller was wide open in the back.
Yeah, I swear that's what he did. It's terrible.
Now, lost me the same exact game. But if there was a play, and I wish I could remember who it was. I really wish I could off the top of my head here. But there was a rusher on the left side of the line that was obviously a free rusher that was going to have a clear path to the quarterback. He's the quarterback. He's the one who has to adjust it and say, wait a minute, here's this guy over here who's got him, and adjust everything right off the bat. He didn't do a damn thing, and he got sacked in 2 seconds flat.
And that's when Josh Judah was playing too at left tackle.
He does not have the ability to read defense, whether it's at the line or actively during the play. He's not, and don't get me wrong, he's not the worst quarterback in the world. I don't think that's I really don't. I think he's an average at best quarterback. And you're not going to win a Super Bowl with an average at best quarterback. For every single, Trent Dilfer out there, there's 5 or 6 Tom Brady's, Brett Favre's, these kind of guys. You need to have an elite quarterback. You do. I just don't see that as something. And if we're not gonna win a Super Bowl with him, we're not the Lions. We're not the Browns. We're not just happy getting in the playoffs. We're the goddamn Giants. We win championships. That's what we do.
Well, now, to be honest, I was elated that we made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Since 2011, that's the I hate to say it, that's the standard. This year, for I don't want to say my turn now. I'm still a believer in Jones, okay, because that's who we're putting until that changes, okay. Which this year might be the year where that change happens.
Week 5. Go ahead.
For me, right?
Week 1.
My concern was
in the preseason.
It was week 1 against the Cowboys. Shut up, Cowboys. And
gotta be loops.
Are we still talking to Giants? Oh my God, we talking to the Giants
I was rudely interrupted. Loops. I was rude.
Oh,
that was rude. But no, he was rolling to his left.
So.
He was rolling to his right, and then he threw an ill-advised pass, and I think it was what's that old man name on the Cowboys?
Stephon Gilmore.
Jerry Jones.
Thank you. I said old man. I did. He's like in his 30s. I'm going by football years, and he got the interception, and that play alone. I was worried, but Drew, I got to tell you, when I saw him come back against the Cardinals, I'm like, okay, we got some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
And then who did we play against the next week? The Niners. Talk about a momentum killer. And I thought maybe we would get that back against the Seahawks because up until that game, we were even with the Seahawks. But after the game, we all know that we were not.
I got to say, the San Francisco game for me was not a momentum killer at all. I thought, considering we were playing the best team in the NFC, in my opinion, and I thought it back then, we had no Barkley, we had no Thomas, we had nobody basically on the offensive line was healthy.
Right.
And we weren't, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to make it seem like we were right in there to the very last minute. But we didn't get destroyed by them. And I hate to say a moral victory in that sense, but when you're that dinged up on offense, there was a little bit of morality in that,
What was it like? But it was still 16-32. It wasn't like, You know, I mean, it was still a blowout in some terms.
But we were into it until the fourth quarter. It was 30-12. Let me see I'm looking at the box score right now. The San Francisco 49ers scored 10 points in the fourth quarter. So we were 20-18.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm looking at it too. Yeah.
Hey, we should have beat Buffalo too.
We should have beat Buffalo. Should have beat the Jets. Should have beat the Eagles the first time.
Yes.
There's so many teams that we could easily been 9-8, 10-7, guys.
30. I'm sorry, 30-12. 30-12.
If we would have won the games this past season, like we did the season before, then we'd probably be in the playoffs this year.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish we could play you guys in the first round of the playoffs.
Well, Loops, just so you know,
Playoffs, you got at home. Oh,
we're undefeated against the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Just so you know that.
No.
You don't want none of us, buddy.
Yeah, you don't want none of this during the playoffs.
Who won the NFC East in 2007? I'm trying to think. I think it was the Dallas Cowboys.
Was it the team in Texas? Dallas,
I think
Texas?
Didn't they lose their first game in the playoffs that year?
We consistently sucked.
Yeah, I think they did.
To the Giants.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that
but
was
different quarterback.
That was the game where Jerry Jones, before the game, had tickets to the next game on the players' seats, and then Coughlin found out about it and told.
Yeah, but you had a different quarterback. Your quarterback sucks now. I'd rather play you now than before.
Wait, hold on. Are we really talking about bad quarterbacks when you got a Cowboy fan here? How did Dak do last week?
Oh, we're gonna give him an extension for throwing interceptions.
Go for
it. You got to understand Cowboys logic. Those pick sixes count as touchdown passes.
You can give him a lifetime contract as far as I'm concerned, because that man ain't gonna win a ring ever.
I just think he's colorblind. That's why he throws to just anyone out there, you know?
I think he's just blind in general, but that's all.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, I think he needs a psychologist. I really do.
Well, if you saw the comments, what I was saying, honestly, if I'm the Cowboys, and I thank God they don't seem to be taking this advice, I would have gotten rid of McCarthy and I would have given Dan Quinn the job. I would have gone ahead and I would have gotten rid of Dak right off the bat this offseason. And I would have gone ahead and drafted a quarterback and would have got a veteran like Russell Wilson in like a 1-year deal and let the two of them and Trey Lance fight it out for the starting job. Because you know what? You're not going to win with Dak. You already know that.
Yep.
You're not going to get the top 3 pick to get one of the top 3 studs that everybody thinks is a stud, at least in this draft. You know, but at the same point, when Dak came in, did anybody think Dak was going to beat Tony Romo?
No.
When Tony Romo came in, did anybody think he was going to beat out Drew Bledsoe?
No.
No. Yeah.
You have to take the shot. This is the same as what I'm saying with Daniel Jones. If you want to accept mediocrity, don't be ticked off when you have a mediocre team.
Right.
You don't get better by continuing with average players.
Yep.
You have to get better.
I could truly see that we were talking about this, that if a quarterback is taken, okay, in this draft, first, second, third, whatever the case may be, and if we do not have, I don't believe not getting or not having a offensive coordinator that calls the plays, I don't think that this will hurt. That move will not hurt this team, because then you're going to get Dable more involved in the offense. You'll get Dable, coaching up, developing this new rookie quarterback, and Dable is going to get his guy. If they pick a quarterback in this draft, this player has been vetted. Every film has been watched, and this guy is going to be Dable's guy. I think Shane will sign off on it, and I know Shane is going to be like, "Well, you're the QB whisperer. This is why you're the head coach." We put all our eggs in a basket with Jones, but we may not get we may not reap the reward that we're anticipating because of his, this is his second neck injury. Now he has an ACL. It's an ACL, right? Or something?
Yeah. ACL. Yeah.
ACL. So now injuries,
of course.
Right. Injuries are a problem. Okay. Not just with him, but with, a lot of players. But now they go out and they get Dable's guy. I can honestly see us, not having an offensive core. I don't think Kifka's going to be there next year. I really don't.
Jaden Daniels.
Thank you, Gabe. Appreciate it.
if he's
Drew,
there,
I want your opinion, Drew. What do you think about Jaden Daniels, though?
I'm a little mixed on him, to be honest. Okay. I will say this: I haven't completed all my QB work that I plan on doing. I do that after the Super Bowl when I start going big into the college guys there. So, but I'll say from what I have seen of him, listen, anytime you dominate the SEC, I'm going to be impressed. But at the same point, I look at the whole body of picture of what he's doing, and I'm wondering if it's him in this system and it just happens to be a right fit. And if you put him back in another system, does he not succeed? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't think we will until he gets in the NFL either. But if he's there at 6 and Shane thinks he's the guy, and I've said all along, I don't care who Shane thinks the guy is. My opinion doesn't really matter much in this. He has a lot more access to stuff than I do. So whatever he thinks, I'm going to trust the guy. Go get your guy. Whether it's trade up, whether it's stay at 6, whether it's trade back, whatever you got to do, go get your damn guy.
I think even at 6, I think even at 6, we could still get a nice quarterback. We don't have to even trade up.
If Jaden Daniels is gone, hypothetically, which I think he will be, honestly, I think it's going to quarterback in this draft, and I think he'll be a Patriot the way things are going. But if that's the way it goes, like I said, that's what I was saying before about trading down, because the big guys you're going to look at is tight end and tackle at 6. We've already put enough draft capital into tackle. I'm sorry. I know everybody's going to say Evan Neal sucks.
I agree.
I'm going to give you guys a name in a second. I will give you a name. I'll give you a little cliffhanger there. I'm going to give you a name in a second of who will be our right tackle next year, because I already can tell you who it is right now. And when I'm right, I will come on the show and tell you guys I'm right. But the big thing is there's teams that want to tackle. There's teams that want to tight end. Trade down a little bit. Get the extra picks so you can fix the issues, because we don't have the cap space. Because you're going to give up 1 or 2 picks probably to move back into that first if you do what I was saying to get a quarterback. Because if you get a quarterback in the early second, you got a 4-year contract. If you move up into that late first, now you got that 5th year. That 5th year is really important if he's a franchise quarterback.
And you can decline it like you did with Jones.
Exactly. So here's the name I'm going to give you guys right now for right tackle next year, by the way. Our right tackle next year will be Jermaine Illuminor. And I may be mispronouncing the name, and I apologize if I am. Plays for the Raiders right now.
Yep.
Has played guard, has played tackle, played under Brasillo in Las Vegas, obviously. Played under Brasillo in New England. And he's a Jersey boy. And he's a free agent. Yeah.
There's a connection there. There you go.
There's a lot of connections there, guys. There's a lot of connections.
And he isn't going to cost like $600 million.
Yeah, he's going to be cheapish. I mean, he's going to be money because he's a good one, but he's not elite. We have our elite tackle. We don't need a second elite tackle. Even if we get the left-handed quarterback, and everybody's going to freak out about that. There's pass rushers that come from both sides, guys. This is not old school NFL.
Yeah, but
and does Evan Neal ever move to guard? Does Evan Neal ever move to guard? No.
I would move him to guard in a heartbeat myself, or I'd move to burger flipper if I had my way. I don't care. You can go.
hot dog flipper. Hot dog flipper.
Not a Nathan's though.
Dash will probably be on probably until about maybe another hour, 30 minutes or so. So hop on if you can.
Hey Drew, I got a question for you. Let's say a quarterback is what the Giants are looking for, maybe in the later, second round, third roundish. Who's an idea guy that you think may fit in with Daboll?
I think Daboll has. I really think Daboll has the idea to go ahead and take whoever he thinks is best and just work his offense around him. I don't think he needs a specific skill set, if that's what you're saying. I think he'll go if he gets a pocket passer, he'll go for it. If he gets a rushing quarterback, he'll go for it. If he gets a guy who's a hybrid kind of guy, he'll go for it. I mean, he had Josh Allen obviously in Buffalo, who is a guy who can run the ball and throw the ball, and he let him succeed in both ways. He's smart enough, as much as he's apparently a jerk to his other coaches. He's a very smart guy. Right. He understands that you don't try to fit a QB into a system. You get the most talented QB you can get, and then you fit that system around him. Remember what Daniel Jones said. What's the first thing Daboll asked him? What plays do you like running, and what do you think you do well?
Right.
Dable is very smart in that respect. He understands that you want to get the best talent you can in there, and you have to make that talent fit within whatever system you're going to run.
So I'm looking at Zone's question. He says Monique Labors would be a fantastic pick at 6, in my opinion. Finally, get an X receiver we've been lacking.
I actually like the guy from Washington though.
What's
his name? I forgot it.
Michael Pittman Jr.
You know, I
know
would
Gabe.
love to get a wide receiver, but it's really hard for a quarterback to throw a ball when he's on his back. I got to look at it. I haven't really looked at any offensive lineman prospects or any, if we were to get someone that would play right tackle, that would force Neal to go to the guard side. I've been saying for the longest time now, can you imagine Evan Neal and Thomas on the left side? You probably wouldn't get anybody through that.
Yeah, we can't repeat the mistakes we made with what's his name, the other kid we let go before he tried to guard him.
Flowers,
exactly.
Mr. Flowers.
I was yelling that the whole time, like, why are we not trying this kid at guard?
Real quick, Loops, I gotta let you go, man. I gotta bring somebody in. Let me hear one time.
Country, she wants to jump in.
Okay, yes.
Let's go Giants.
I love it. Hey, y'all have a good night. Loop, stay blessed, brother.
Yes, sir,
I'll
you
talk
too.
to you. And you know you love this show. Dash, what now? Now we got
There
an
he is.
all-star setup right now. Now,
You didn't
sorry,
have
Mike.
to,
Sorry,
you didn't have
Mike.
to do anything to Luke.
Mike, you have to wait another hour.
Dash, did you
so
hear
mad.
what that Philly fan said?
No, I didn't. What happened?
He said, so I
Before I
clicked
came
on
on.
him. I clicked on him so he could, come like I do everybody. I respect everybody. And he said, what did he say? It's about time, or I was about to say, I'm about to. He's like,
I thought you were going to bring Danny on.
yeah, and waste another 30 minutes talking about the New York Giants.
Wow. After what
Dash,
they did?
I don't know if you've noticed this, but this is a New York Giants podcast.
What's going on, everybody?
Great. I just want to welcome you to the show, wasting your time talking about the New York Football Giants. So please go on further. Waste our time talking about.
I hopped in right on time. Drew was talking about moving Neil to guard, and a lot of people keep saying right guard. I'm saying the same thing as you guys, moving to left guard.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
put him right there with Thomas.
Move him over there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want him on the same side with Thomas. That's what I was saying. My bad.
What if he's just disaster?
We all want that. We all want that, man.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't want to stop the flow. You guys got a good conversation going. I'll just jump in, where I fit in.
Well,
I was just going to say Graham Barton at a Duke for the right side. That's why I want Graham Barton at a Duke. I want him at the right guard.
Now that we got nothing but family on this show, right? I'm gonna ask the question.
Wait a minute, Loops was a Philly fan?
No, he was a Cowboys fan.
Okay.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Okay.
You know the Dallas Cowboys that lost this Sunday.
No, I never heard of them. Never heard
Dak
of them.
is 2-5 in the playoffs.
Green Bay.
They haven't been anywhere, done anything since 1990. That's 20.
You want to see their last
29 years
championship?
ago.
Somebody might have a VHS of it somewhere.
Right?
29
Young
years
K
and
has the
counting.
VHS tapes. Young K has the VHS.
I think they were still doing
the
what?
beta unit.
Beepers were still popular.
Oh yeah,
and stuff,
Bill Clinton was president. Gas was $1.
The Atari was just coming out.
Yeah. I believe the halftime show.
Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis was.
Yeah.
The halftime show was
Super
Michael
Nintendo.
Jackson and sponsored by High Seas Ecto Cooler.
Ecto Cooler.
Yeah, Zimas. Get your Zimas.
Oh my God, Zima. Wow.
Anybody want some Boone Farms? I know I brought y'all back right there when I said that. Anytime I open that bottle, it just smells like regret. I'm just gonna say that right now. So I would implore you guys to please watch the beginning of this show. Okay, episode 234. Make it count, SneakyG podcast. I went on a tangent, about a good 30-minute tangent.
45.
Shut up, Dave. 20-minute tangent about
plead his case
about the leaks that were going on within the organization. Now, Gabe has spoke at length about it, and I mean, if you guys want to add more to it, please waste our time talking about the Giants.
Got to take a look.
But I really do want, even Danny, I kind of want you to chime in too, because I don't think I got your full input Tuesday night. But Dash, Drew, of course, Danny, please let me know your thoughts about the whole thing. Is it making Dable look bad? And do we need to make, and I'm doing an overreach, do we need to make some kind of coaching change?
I think the coaches stop acting soft. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. I mean, they just gotta stop acting like you know what's. That's it. Yeah. Man the F up. Man the F up. That's that's basically what you gotta do. Man the F up.
You want to add to that?
Dash, go first, man.
Yeah, I man, listen, I have a simple approach to this. And I keep saying, like, nobody cares when you're winning how the coach acts on the sideline. Right. And then also, if you're winning, I'm pretty sure he's not yelling at people. So I think, like, winning cures all when it comes to that situation. Also, like, you're the head coach at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If you're not getting the results that you want, you better yell at somebody, because if he wasn't yelling, people will have a problem with that too. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't in that situation. But again, once you're winning again, nobody cares. Look the way Bill Belichick acted for 20 years. Mm-hmm. You know, they dealt with it, and then finally once Brady left, and it got old to people, and, they don't have the victories now. Bill Belichick, is a free agent. But it's just all about winning. No, I didn't care. Last year he was screaming too. Last year he screamed all year. Last year we won games, and we didn't hear anything until this year. But I tell you what, though, it surprised me, the whole Wink situation, because again, I felt like Wink was the best coach on the team, which I still believe. Like, as far as getting the best out of his unit, I think he was the best coach on the team. But to see, whether it's true or not, just some of the stories out, is disheartening, because a package deal. Come on, man, you're 60-something years old. If your outside linebackers coach is a package deal, like, come on. And if it was a chess move for Dable, like, you know what, I'm gonna get to Wink this way by firing, his right hand man, then at the end of the day, I'm still Giants. I bleed blue. Brian Dable is the coach for the New York Giants. Wink isn't, and that's where my loyalties lie.
And at the end of the day, like you said, if it put wins in that column, all is forgiven.
So be it.
All
is
forgiven. Drew, well, give me your 2 cents, man.
Yeah, so I mean, you got obviously a two piece in this whole thing. You had the Pat Leonard piece, which was a total, damning on Dable kind of piece. You had the fluff piece then by Paul Schwartz afterwards. And let's be honest, somewhere in the middle is the truth. But when I look at it is, I like to look at history as a whole. And I look at what happened with Wink over in Baltimore, and where John Harbaugh basically threw him out the door. And I look at the fact that he acts like somebody. There's something in the demeanor he gives that I think this man is at the point in his career, right or wrong, and I'm not involved enough to know as far as this part there if it's right or wrong. But right or wrong, he feels like he should be a head coach somewhere. And because of that, he thinks he is a head coach when he's not. If you look at part of the Paul Schwartz piece, what he said is that they were in a meeting, and Timon Fox had a different number on. He had number 94 on, where he wore 49 when he was in the practice squad. They did a whole investigation to find out what the hell happened and how that even happened. Found out that Wink Martindale went to the equipment manager and said, "We're going to activate Timon Fox, give him 94. That's not Wink's job. Wink is not the head coach. He's not the GM. He doesn't make those decisions. And I think it's just a matter of he's at the point now where he thinks he should be able to run his side of the ball as a head coach of defense, basically. until someone gives him that job of a head coach. But I think he's as much a people person problem as Dable is. I think you have two people that basically made mistakes and it came to fruition. And I think the whole thing with, firing Drew Wilkins was a move by Dable to say, listen, you're not the head coach. You don't make the shots. I just let go your boy. Are you going to fall in line now? And I think that's what that was.
Move, yeah.
Exactly. Wow. And there's a reason that meeting was at 8:30 in the morning with the press. And there was a meeting that move happened as a reason that meeting happened right afterwards. Trust me on that. That was definitely a chess move and a half. And if you want to know who you should probably side with in this whole thing, besides the fact that we're Giants fans, we're going to side with the guy who's still a Giant, who was Joe Shane next to on Monday?
Yeah. Right.
Joe Shane was listening to those. Both reports said Joe Shane was listening on the headset those four games. Both of them did. The only difference was why he was. One said he was asked to. One said he saw trouble brewing and decided he was going to do it on his own. Either way, he was there. He was listening. He knows what happened.
Yeah. I just remember watching the Philly game and seeing Wink call plays and having the 24.
Oh,
print.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, I'm sitting there, I'm thinking why is that on there? And then you have the thing happen the day after that, and you're just like, all along, Wink was ready. He was throwing shots. That's clearly a shot. No matter if you're trying to reconcile and try to work things out, for the betterment of the team, you don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then you're walking past the head coach all game with that 24. And maybe Dable knew what it meant. Maybe he didn't. I'm pretty sure they probably did because all the stuff was happening in the background. And when I look back at something like that, it's like, really? Is it about the team or is it about you? And Drew, I think it does. I guess it does make things a little bit clear because if I was Wink and I was passed on so many head coaching jobs, and you figure he actually interviewed for the head coaching job the same time Dable did, and I wasn't good enough to be your head coach, but you're going to bring me in as a defensive coordinator?
Real quick, sorry. He actually interviewed when we hired.
Judge.
No, Judge.
That was Judge. That's right.
Yeah.
Judge. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right. That wasn't the same time.
But that also tells you how long he's been interviewing for.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't want to. Go ahead and finish your thought. I'm sorry.
No. I was done. Go ahead.
So for me, when I read and I want to say this is the Pat report, where he said that there was finger pointing on the field, okay, that you're going to lose us this game like you did the other one, talking about the Jets game. But then at the end of each game, who does Dable point the finger at for the loss? Himself. So I said in my open monologue that yes, he's going to hold people accountable during the game, and he's going to remind you where you messed up in the past. You're going to lose us this game, but he's going to do that in-house. He's not going to do it in the public to where that's going to add to more distractions, more problems than what it needs to be. Mm-hmm. He is going to take accountability in the post-game press conference, okay? But during the game, I can understand why he would say or why he would call out people during the game in the headset. And let's also, keep in mind that this drama that was building up through the whole season, McKinney didn't know about it. Adoree Jackson didn't know about it. Dex didn't. The players were not aware of what was going on outside of the locker room. And I give that all the credit to Dable. Yeah. Because he could have easily, at any point in time of the season, even during the press conference, throw anybody under the. I didn't lose this. I told him to do a different defense, or I told Kifka to do call a pass play on that 2nd and 10 during the Rams game with a minute left and no timeouts left. But he didn't. He just said, "I wish I could have that play back." Or he would say, it's on me. I got to do better. Now, did we get tired of him saying that? Of course we did. But I would rather he take the blame because he's the head coach. Like you said, who did Shane sit next to at that press conference? And correct me if I'm wrong. And I've been touting this for some time now. It is my understanding that Bobby Johnson is Dable's guy.
Yep.
I hear that they are friends.
Very close.
Like,
can you imagine that conversation he had to let Bobby go? I mean, it had to happen. It had to happen. Okay.
85 sacks.
Yeah, man.
Not only that, but he also like the thing that people he fired his brother too.
Yep.
His brother was like an assistant.
Who, Dable?
Yeah.
That was the Wilkins brothers.
No. Dable has one of his brothers. Unless I'm completely wrong, I know about the Wilkins brothers. You have the outside linebacker coach, and you have the assistant.
Right.
But Dable fired Bobby Johnson, and he also, I believe, his brother was on staff, and he fired his brother too.
Dable's brother?
Dable had a brother on staff.
He has a son on the staff that's still on the staff, but he doesn't have a brother.
I might be wrong. I gotta look. I remember reading that. I might be wrong then.
He's an only son. I just looked it
Is
up.
that okay?
I thought I'd heard something about that too, but about him doing something with
that
a
was
family
a-
member firing at some point.
It was a
but-
family member. I thought it was okay.
Well,
so I remember the story as well, but it's not a brother. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
Off the top, man. But you know what I think is very interesting about you talk about the whole like you're going to lose the game for us thing. If you look at what the Paul Schwartz thing said, and again, who knows what was said? We weren't there. What he said is there was back-to-back penalties, and I remember this very clearly because I remember getting very anxious about this game while it was going on by Jihad Ward and Kayvon Thibodeau. And what he said is it's reminding him of the big penalty that Kayvon had that allowed the Jets to score to win the game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He didn't say, you guys, the defense cost us the game. He said that these penalties are going to cost us the game. And they reminded me of the Jets game. That's what he said, according to Paul Schwartz, at least.
But why in the middle of a game on a headset are you bringing up a game that happened in the? It seems like why would you?
Well, I would say this: what positions do they play, and what positions did he fire the positional coach of?
The outside linebackers coach. Yeah. I
I
think
mean,
the
that's-
outside linebackers were undisciplined. I agree. I don't think that firing, as much as it probably had to do with it was Dable's guy, I think it also had to do with the fact that the outside linebackers did not produce. Kayvon Thibodeau had the sack numbers this year, but he didn't have the same pressure rate he did last year. Like he had a higher pressure rate than this year, I think.
And he still needs to learn to play the run better, I think, too.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
It's like-
absolutely.
And well, I just want that to be known.
Yeah.
That Dable had to let go Bobby Wagner. So the whole thing of people
Johnson.
saying
Bobby Johnson.
I said Wagner's on the Seahawks.
We think about
Y'all know
linebackers.
that. Y'all know, he's one of the linebackers. I know that. Bobby Johnson had to let him go
He'd
because
like to have Bobby Wagner.
I know, right? I would like that.
wish.
Bobby.
I
Just
wish,
a
man.
couple more years.
Imagine him and O'Kerrick
He
together
still
like
got
200
he
tackles
still got
apiece.
some stuff in it. Yeah.
You know, and with him letting go Martindale's quote unquote guys.
Yep.
Okay. And I also heard that, Dable wanted to be more into the hiring process, more aware of what was going on. And as a head coach, there is nothing wrong with that.
No.
I am Team Dable on this 100%. Now, another thing that bothers me, and I haven't read, because you said there's that Pat report and there was another report.
Yeah, Paul Schwartz did a fluff piece a couple of days later. Now, Pat Leonard, I've always basically said he's like the clickbait of New York Giants people. Like, he feeds off of the negativity that goes around this team like crazy. But Paul Schwartz is the guy who recognizes every time he writes something good about the Giants, he gets more access to the Giants. So
Paul
they're both
Schwartz always
opposite
writes.
coin.
Paul Schwartz always writes the Giants side of stories. And
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, Gabe, if you have that story, send it to my email or send it to me in a text or
The
whatever.
Schwartz
You know what? Send me both so I can read both.
You know what? The biggest thing I couldn't believe in this whole thing, and I'm surprised neither story I really saw this come up much. If you remember in the Arizona Cardinal game, we all thought that Dable took over the play calling,
which I think he did still.
Everybody was, but everybody was ecstatic.
Yeah.
Now every time we saw him like this, everybody was ecstatic. But now the article comes out, he's a jerk.
Right, the way it came out, yeah. And
we were
I took up
ecstatic
for
when it was happening. We can't go back. Well, that wasn't fair to Kafka at all.
I even made the comment. I'm like, this season, there have been more than a handful of plays where I'm sitting there like, WTF?
Yeah.
What call was that?
The problem I have with it is like if he stole a play calling in that game, like in Arizona, which it looked obvious that he did. He never had a play sheet with him before then, and then he just came out with one. So it kind of looked obvious. Yeah, he kind of looked obvious that he did. Why didn't he keep calling plays? Like the idea that he was taking it and giving it back to Kafka all season, which
that's the $1 million question right there.
Well, part of the article with Leonard was that he gave it to Shea Tierney halfway through the Cowboys game, the second Cowboys game.
Yeah, it's like give it or take it for the whole season, not giving and taking it. It's too inconsistent.
Well, now that I know you brought that up a couple of times. Now that I think about it, it's kind of like putting someone in timeout.
Yeah,
Kifka, look, I got it. You take over next game. That's part of your responsibility. You're in timeout right now because you're going to run the ball 2nd and 10 with a minute left in a game where clearly we ain't got no timeouts and we gotta pass the ball. You're gonna run it up the middle.
That Arizona game, 28 to nothing at the half. He took and you were at that game, right?
I was there. I was there to see that comeback. And look, you cannot blame Dable for making these choices the way he's making them. When you lose 40 to nothing and an embarrassment, of a game, and come the next week, and we haven't scored in total of 6 quarters, damn right I'm gonna take over the play calling.
I agree. I just wish he would have kept it for the rest. Consistency.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe he still had faith, or maybe Kafka showed him something that week that, okay, you can call plays. You can keep that in your job. You're as a collateral duty. And you know why he didn't want to take it away full time? Because he has to answer that question at the press conference. Which people were asking him.
It also goes back to what he said when he was hired, though. When they asked him at the very beginning, do you plan on calling plays? And he said, no, I like somebody up in a booth where they can see everything, being the one to call the plays. And that's probably part of that equation as well. You can't see everything from the sideline as well as you can from the booth. Same as like if you've ever had the ability to have good seats or really crappy seats to a game.
Right.
Like I've had the ability because I'm the guy who affords the crappy seats, but I had a job of mine one time get me really nice seats, and you can't listen. It's awesome when you're right next to the action when it's going on, but you can see like an amazing view from the very top of the stadium at that point where you can see everything breaking down like you're watching the all 22 as it's happening live, basically.
Yeah, Drew,
that's why they want him in the
do
booth.
what I do, and I have OnlyFans, so I get the good seats.
Oh, I sell pictures of my feet. Don't you worry. I got
this. I do too. I do too. I do too. And
I just shave them off. Don't tell them what gender it is and call it a hook for dad. Get both sides of the coin.
I leave my nails the way they are, and I'm shocked. I'm like top 1%.
Though I am going to the Pro Bowl in a couple weeks, and I have really good seats for that.
In Orlando, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking about going
there.
Dexter, baby. Yes,
I actually reached out to the Giants already about interviewing him while I'm there, and Pat Hanlon actually got back to me. So kudos to him for doing that, because let's be honest, I'm not the biggest podcast in the world. I don't try to pretend to be and I'm front to be. But he got back to me and said, hey, it's actually done by the NFL, but I'm going to get you the guy to talk to get this going for you. So hopefully I get a chance.
That'll be a good look. That'll be a good look.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm
Pat Hanlon's funny.
I ain't gonna lie. Good stuff.
I like Pat Hanlon. I used to like when he used to do the show.
The MSG one.
Yeah.
the fact that we only had one Pro Bowler.
Yet.
One Pro Bowler.
Yet. Give it time. Give it time.
That's what happens when you're 6-11.
Yeah.
I think Banks should have been there though. Banks should have been there.
I think so.
I don't think Banks, but I do think Barkley. I don't understand how Swift got in when he hasn't had a 100-yard game since week 3.
Okereke should have been there.
Okereke should have been there too.
Okereke, I don't disagree, had a Pro Bowl type season, but that's a stacked position. You tell me one linebacker that you can say, okay, this guy shouldn't be there.
No, that's true.
That's part of the issue with that. I look at the running back and I say Swift shouldn't be there. And I see someone in the chat there saying Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner, I think, led the league in tackles.
Again.
And Drew, what's your thought on Barkley?
It was a nice run.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's gone, right? He's gone.
I'm telling you right now. I'm going to call it right now. Barkley and McKinney are both gone.
Oh, I want McKinney back.
Yeah,
I want McKinney back though. But you know what, Drew? I don't know if you heard that he said if when him and Wink had that little beef.
Yep.
They said if Wink was still here, he would not resign.
So here's what I'm bringing into that.
So
and I've never heard anybody have this take on it. So you guys let me know what you think of it. I'm kind of curious because I'm a dot connector. I like to do that. McKinney says, I don't want to play for Wink ever again. The Giants try to bring Wink back. What does that tell you?
They're not gonna bring him.
Well, I think
I'm just saying that's not a difficult dot to put next to a dot here.
That's reading tea leaves right there.
I think with that, the way Dable and I watched that interview again because Tuesday we did the show, we talked about this leak, and then of course I was bringing it up again today because it really pissed me off. And I watched that interview and then Authentic shout out. He showed the little video where he must have
He had to go. He said like 20 minutes ago. He had to go.
Oh shoot. Oh, okay.
Something about some kind of white powder stuff that falls from the ground. I'm in Florida. I don't know what the hell that stuff is, personally, but I mean, I've heard there's rumors that's been going down in the tri-state area.
Right.
It snowed overnight.
We haven't had snow where I live since 1977.
How authentic? Not authentic. It was his tweet that I saw where Shane was looking at his phone and kind of nervously putting it down.
Yeah.
I didn't read too much into that.
He was also like tapping his hand when
and that's what I'm talking when they brought up about Wink. I think they had an idea of one, what was going to go down, and okay, hold on, Ant timed in. All right, cool, Ant. I want to make sure you was good, man. No worries.
You too. I'll
see you. I'll see you Tuesday, brother. All love you, man. Be good.
I enjoy that we're like.
So when obviously Shane and Dable knew exactly how it was going to go down when Wink found out the termination of his guys. Okay.
But what do you think Wink felt? Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, Wink wanted to get fired because he wanted to get paid.
Yep.
You know,
and go wherever he wants.
And I want to side note real quick. Are we still paying Judge?
Yes.
Yeah. We still owe him a little bit of money. It was a 5-year contract, right?
With the Patriots,
then no more. We're done. Right.
This is the last year for him. Yeah.
More year.
Good Lord.
The Patriots paid him cheaply to come over there, and we have to pay like whatever's left is minus what he's making at the Patriots, basically. I'm pretty sure though. Which is
it's peanuts, bro.
Yeah.
So okay.
Here's what I thought was interesting about Dable though, and the Wink thing about whether he was coming back and saying they expect him back. It brought back memories to me, and I called my co-host actually when it happened. I'm like, I said to him, Wink's gone. He says, what do you mean? And watch this thing. He said he's expecting him back. I'm like, if you listen to this brings back Patrick Graham memories.
Yeah.
I expect him back, but I haven't talked to him yet. What do you mean you expect him back, but you haven't talked to him yet?
I know. Wink was like, what are you guys talking about?
He was still under contract.
But I'm saying that was the Patrick Graham thing. Remember, they expected Patrick Graham to just take the defensive coordinator position still.
It was a dead giveaway.
There's a reason the press conference was at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah, no, it was a dead giveaway. When he said expects, it was a dead giveaway. And I think that's why, to your point, Sneaky, I think Joe Shane didn't quite know what Brian Dable was going to say. So that's why it was a little bit fidgety. Picks the phone up, puts it back down, and he's looking at Brian Dable when he's answering, and maybe that's what it was. What is he going to say? Is he going to, play it cool or something like that? I think that's what it was about. I don't think he was scared or nervous or anything like that. It's
I
just
don't
like,
either.
okay, well, let's see what he's going to say so I can, if I gotta.
But you agree he knew what was about to go down.
Oh yeah, had to. After all this stuff,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. You figure they said Shane was listening to the sidelines in some of those games and stuff like that. So obviously you don't do that just to do it.
I honestly think Wink made up his decision halfway through the year he wasn't coming. I think he knew. I mean, he knew he wasn't.
As soon as the story dropped, I think that's when he knew.
Who do you think released that story?
Oh, it had to be from Wink's camp.
It
had to be from Wink's camp.
I think it was Wilkins. I'll guarantee it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It had to be from Wink's side. What game was that though? It was when they started hearing the rumbling. Washington.
Washington. It was
Washington when they started listening to the headset. Yeah.
Because he
now and also too. Also, let's also rewind it too. It says a lot about a coach or man to man. I bring you guys, all four of you, in a room, and I'm like, hey, anybody got a problem? And then you duck your tail and don't say a word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't want them on. You don't want them on your. You don't want them in the building.
Nope.
But
because you can't trust them.
Yeah.
I think that meeting was like Jordan Ronan was saying like. That meeting, that like note about that meeting happening came out through the Paul Schwartz article, was so obvious it was the Giants side of the story. And that meeting, Jordan Ronan said, was more of a meeting of who leaked it, not who has it was more phrased like who leaked it to, Jay Glazer, not as who has a problem with me. That's what.
Yeah.
No, I also
that's what Jordan said.
I also read it where it said he wanted to know who has an issue with the coach. He wanted to know who has a problem with me.
He literally walked into a defensive coaches meeting
and
all the coaches on the defensive side and asked.
That's how you know Dable's our guy.
We got 8 minutes left in the show.
Bring
Those
Mike
that haven't
into
came on,
the
I apologize. And yes,
Should we get Mike in here?
I do apologize for wasting your guys' time. Mike, I don't want to waste your time, Mike.
There goes the man.
You do owe me twice.
A documentary about Cavalcante, so.
But I want to ask you guys this question.
You spelled thank you wrong. Sorry.
A staffer told another person.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mike. I'm wasting your time more. A staffer made a comment to another person asking about a vacancy and said, "Do not come here."
Didn't ask about the Giants vacancy.
Mike, you're gonna get kicked out again.
Anyway,
there it is.
Now you owe me 3 times, Mike. I'll see you Tuesday. So the fact that someone is telling somebody trying to come in not to come here, do you find out? I mean, do you try and find out who this person is, or do you just, with this whole thing? I know they're trying to move on from this. I know they are.
Yeah.
Do we push it under the broom and just say, okay, it happened. We have a big meeting. We have an all conference, all hands, and make an announcement. Say, if you guys have an issue, here's a suggestion box. Put it in here.
I think they know who it is already. They know. They just don't want to release that information.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure it even happened.
What do you do with that? Wait, what'd you say? Would you say, Drew?
I'm not even so sure it happened. It was in the Pat Leonard piece. So somebody told somebody who then told Pat Leonard, and we're taking this as fact.
You're right about that part, but if it was
This is
true,
allegedly. Let's just
Yeah.
say
I was gonna
hypothetically.
say, Sneaky, allegedly.
really did happen.
So
Pat
either
Leonard
Wink or
is the one
Wilkins
who
made
got-
it up or got told this and then told Pat Leonard, who then told us. It's like the 10th degree of Kevin Bacon to find out who the hell did this. It's like
Pat Leonard is the one who got to the bottom of the Evan Neal story, though. You got to give him credit for that.
he's not always wrong.
What Evan Neal story?
He's the one who got to the bottom of what the actual Evan Neal injury was, not the fake. It was.
talking about the broken bone in the foot.
What
about the fracture?
Yeah,
the
it's
fracture.
actually
also-
Fracture.
Well, of course,
also
that
said
goes
that-
to Drew's point of finding every negativity or every negative aspect of the New York football Giants,
he wrote
and then
positive
putting
stuff
it out
last
on
year when they
blast.
won.
He
The issue
also
is
said that they would trade Tony too.
and they did.
I'm saying so he's not always wrong. I'm not suggesting that, but he focuses on the negative. There can be positive pieces in the article. He just would copy and paste, click it out at that point. He's like,
Well-
nope, that sounds too nice.
Hold on.
Gone.
hold
I
on.
mean, ever since
They,
Pat's
okay, no. When he asked the question about Tony, that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was right after the draft.
Yes, but he
And
is
that
still
was
when he
right
didn't
after
show up.
the first draft. So technically, they weren't at that time. They were not. Tony was not on the block.
I
know
think
that?
they
But
were.
when he did not show up to practices,
I think
and
Joe Shane was already fed up with him already.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
Joe
oh,
Shane's
the
set up
first
to-
impression was already tarnished.
Yeah, it was OTA. It was a mini camp. It was
It
a
was,
mini
yeah,
camp.
thank you. It was the mini camp,
And he was
that
focusing.
before
He
the
was
draft.
focusing on his rap album.
That was before the draft, Gabe. So at the time that question was asked, no, he probably not was. Well, maybe
Nope, he
everybody was
He
on the
definitely
table,
shopping.
but they
think
weren't
he was.
dealing him.
Well, he
Because
didn't. He
I'll
didn't
tell you
end
what.
up.
I'll tell you what. If I ever get Shane on the show, I'm going to ask him that question just for you. And you know what he's going to say? You know what he's going to say to me?
What?
You need to reflect on what I just said. That's exactly what he's going to say to me.
No, what
I
he'll
think-
say is
I think-
we always listen to all offers to make sure that it's not for the betterment of the team.
And that's not a lie.
All
I'm
that.
telling you, I would never play poker with that guy.
I would just
Never.
to say I lost all my money.
He
Never.
has a great poker face.
He does.
He
Hey,
has an awesome poker face.
you want to say it, Drew, or do you want me to say it?
Go for it.
Scared money don't make money, baby.
Damn straight.
And
He
that's
looks.
why
You know what? He looks like he's bluffing, but you can't tell.
You
know
can't
it
tell.
is.
Like, but I'm
You always
saying, like
tell.
he has to be bluffing, right?
He's
It's
always
fun.
bluffing.
Yo,
Guys, I gotta
He's
tell
always
you,
bluffing.
this is one of my favorite shows. I'm glad I was able to get the A list.
Who's bro go crazy
and
though?
you know what? Hold on a second. Let me do this. No, I got. You know what? I got a few minutes.
What's
I'm gonna
up,
bring
Sneaky?
everybody. I'm gonna bring everybody on real quick.
Holy cow! What's going on, brother?
Even
I'm
you,
going to
Mike.
shut up
Not only that, he muted his mic.
until I have permission to speak from the man himself.
He also spelled thank you correctly, which is thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
I
You
did
know
not
what?
realize I had the end.
You guys have been waiting patiently. I am so sorry for not bringing you on. But I tell you what, everybody, bro. What's your final thoughts? What do you want to talk about, real quick?
I just wanted to talk about the offensive line or the draft, but I don't know. You're running out of time, so I'm just chilling. I'm just having fun watching. So.
And you know what? And I apologize for that. I'll
Oh
definitely.
no, you straight. I didn't.
We could be on for a few more minutes. I'm sure. I just love the fact we got everybody on here. Even you, Mike. Even you.
Love you, Sneaky.
We got Drew, Dash,
Hey, Mike,
Emac,
Sneaky.
What's up, Emac?
Texans being Ravens. I'm calling it.
Hey, Lions Texans Super Bowl would go insane.
Wait a minute. He said
Absolutely.
Texans beat Ravens. Is what he said.
That's what
Yes.
he said.
I think Lamar's going to choke. I think it will be a
Oof.
31 to 21 point score.
Lee Hoopin will lose his mind.
well, you know what? I hope the Texans do it because they'll get a Super Bowl ring before the Cowboys.
I hope
Hold
Lee
on.
Hooper-
Let's see.
Hoopin never
Hold
goes
on.
TikTok
Let's see.
again.
Let's see what the Eagles fan thinks about this. He's an expert on choking.
Whoa.
Hey, where's the Cowboy fan when you need him, right? Where's the Cowboy fan?
Loops, where you at?
So
My
I'll
man.
tell you what. Right now, since we have we're going to extend for a few more minutes.
Mhm.
we'll go through everybody. We'll start off with positive Philly. Who do you have between the Texans and Baltimore Ravens? Who do you have? Oh shit, my bad, Mike. That was an accident. That was not on purpose.
Allegedly.
You
Allegedly.
did nothing wrong, Mike. You did. That was on me. Who do you have for the Texans and the Ravens?
Is that the first game? That's the first one, right?
Well, yeah, Saturday the 20th.
Saturday's game
at 3:30. It's at 3:30 p.m. Yes.
I feel like 4:30 my time. I feel like Lamar could choke. I'm not gonna lie.
Me
Okay.
too.
But at the same time, he's playing the best he has in his career.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts?
So it's hard to say. CJ Stroud playing at offensive rookie of the year level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna make a bold prediction here. I could be wrong. I could be right. The Texans win in a nail biter. I'm gonna say.
Okay, so you got Texans. Okay,
it's
Bro,
in
who do you
Baltimore.
got?
I'm gonna have to take the Ravens, man. CJ Stroud, he's from my area in California, but I just don't feel like he's saying he's on offensive rookie of the year pace. At this point in Lamar's career, he was up top for MVP. So I feel like Lamar is he's too good for that Texans team.
Oh,
So.
let me bring in. I see X. It's been a while. What's up, X?
Oh, the man.
What's going on, man?
Fuck the Knicks
okay.
suck.
So you said Baltimore, bro.
Yeah, I said in Baltimore.
Gotta keep in
Okay.
fact this note too.
X. Who do you got in the Baltimore Ravens game?
Man, it's obvious. Texans, Houston.
Okay, we got Texans. Danny, who you got?
Give me Ravens. Odell 2 touchdowns. Thank you. Go ahead.
Oh shoot. Okay. Dash, who you got?
I need Lamar to win.
Okay. EMAC. Oh no, you already said Texans, right?
Yes.
Okay. Drew, who you got?
I think this is the year that Lamar Jackson finally performs in the playoffs. I really do. Something just tells me this is the one. I think Mark Andrews being out has actually helped him as a quarterback and helped him develop more of an idea of how to throw the ball to receivers, which he's never done his whole career pretty much. Zay Flowers is a freaking beast. OBJ's a good mentor for him. And I got them winning big time in this. I think it's going to be a blowout, honestly. The Texans should be proud of what the season they've had, seriously.
They won the division.
Facts.
Can I change my pick?
No.
Too late.
Gabe, who you got?
I think the Ravens. I like what Drew was saying. I think the Ravens, they're gonna. Zay Flowers has been a great rookie receiver. Odell obviously compliments him well. Mark Andrews coming back, so I'm gonna take the Ravens by 14, probably by 14.
Okay. And Mike, the reason why I say no, because it's go with your first instinct.
With all these games, we got to keep in fact the weather because it's going to affect half the games this week. And the Texans,
No, just stay with that pick. I mean, I'm not right. No one's holding it to you. I'm not writing it.
We're not going to screenshot it.
Yeah,
We're not. We're not doing that. Hold on. Let me just delete that screenshot real quick. Hold on.
What the lady said to Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles.
Oh, I saw this.
Bro.
About the weather.
Oh yeah,
this interview. Yes, I heard about that.
I'm worried. I'm worried that it's going to affect the Bucks.
Mike
in a dome. It's going
to. Yep.
The way he said, we play inside, right?
Yeah.
20 seconds from the butt. Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be good.
Just in 1975.
Look, the Baltimore Ravens made me a believer when they shellacked the 49ers.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys seen this clip. I think it was a Dolphin player where he was giving Lamar his flowers when he dropped back, looking like he was going to throw to his left, came back and threw a dime to Flowers and said, "Yeah, that was dope." Yeah, that was freaking dope. And I believe Lamar is going to be in his first AFC Championship game.
I just hope this long layover doesn't affect them because you know how long layovers be.
Well, you know what? It's a routine. They got healthy, and I know game week they get back on their routine, and we'll see. And it'll be an upset. Say again.
Andrews could be back as well. He's practicing this week. Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
All right, and for the second game, We got the other number 1 seed.
Hey, first, before we go on,
hold on, Mike. We got the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers. Gabe, you lead us off on this one. What are your thoughts?
I'm taking 49ers in a blowout. Too much talent to go wrong. I think, you brought up the Baltimore game. I think that was just a bad game for them, really. I think 49ers go back to the NFC Championship. Pretty easy for them. Take care of business.
Gabe, Drew, what do you got?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a battle of basically a team that's playing hot right now. If you look at the way the Packers have been playing all year long, they win 3, they lose 2, they win 3, they lose. They got to go in streaks like that there. But even if they're on a hot streak, they're, I think, the youngest team in all of the NFL. I mean, look, it's like every single one of their weapons that, Jordan's throwing to is like 21 years old, basically. I mean, they're just barely old enough to go drinking together. I think what's going to end up coming into this is you got a team that's very experienced at winning in the playoffs, a team that's been together for many years, going against a very young team, and that's never good for the young team. On top of that, the Niners just a better team overall. So I got the Niners winning wholeheartedly on this.
EMAC?
San Fran, enough said. Blowout.
Dash?
Brock Purdy played, a quarter last year in the playoffs before he got hurt? I think he has something to prove. I'm going 49ers.
Danny?
Give me 49ers, McCarthy over 150. Thank you.
Bro, what you got?
Got to take the Niners. Don't think that Packers defense, who lost to Tommy DeVito, can hold. So,
Facts. Philly, what do you got, man?
hey man, forget about the Niners. Okay, Love did it once. I know it's against the Cowboys. We can do it again, baby. Go back, go.
Oh my God,
that's gonna make my head hurt, man.
Boston, what do you got?
We got the Cowboys owner and the Eagles owner going head to head.
What?
Confused.
49ers own the Eagles. Packers own the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I got what
So
you
I'm gonna have to go with the team that exposed Dak Prescott for who he is and show that he's a sorry ass quarterback. I'm gonna have to go with the Packers.
Wow.
Don't both teams own the Cowboys?
I want to pause.
Yeah,
Sure did.
both
of them
Cowboys,
whooped
but
them.
recently,
I want to pause real quick, and I want to X. I'm gonna put your business out there because you made a post about it. So I want to congratulate you on your sobriety, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm almost a year clean. Woo!
I want to congratulate you on that.
Congrats to that.
That's a huge deal. One day at a time.
Is it?
I have an idea of what it's like because I was a smoker. The Army got me smoking cigarettes, and one day I quit cold turkey, and that was March 15th, 2009. So,
oh wow.
I congratulate you, and
Thank you.
Every day is a new day, bro.
But we're still smoking that Cowboys pack. Let's be honest.
Yes, we are smoking that. That's very nice. Congratulations.
That was what we had. That's for sure.
Seriously, man. Congrats. And if you got a huge support group here, you know that, right? So
What are we supporting? The fact that the Dallas Cowboys are on the couch?
Mike, that too.
Did he change pictures?
Yes, that too.
Yes,
he did.
Also, we're supporting that the Eagles are on the couch. Let's go.
Yes, the Eagles are sitting right next
Bro,
to me.
I was so happy. I'm like, he did all this Cowboys content, and then I saw the Eagles post, and I'm like, bro.
Hey, Sneaky, question.
What's
Real quick.
up?
What happens if the Cowboys do win the Super Bowl, and what team
Why
do you
would
actually
you bring that up?
That's the big
Hey,
if.
Sneaky, you want
That's
to
the
do
big if.
Anyway, moving on.
When the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, we turn off the Xbox afterwards. So you heard it before.
When the
okay?
Cowboys win the Super
Oh my
Bowl, I
God,
will
I
be
should have
30.
said that. That was so good, Drew. That was
Listen. When the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I will be at least 30.
How old are you now?
Maybe 90.
19. That's how long it's gonna be.
You maybe add like 60 years to that.
95
That's
years
not
old,
the NFC.
and don't even
On
remember.
Sunday, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
No
and the
Tampa.
Detroit Lions.
Sneaky, can I go first on this one?
That's gonna be actually
No,
good.
we're gonna go. Wait, I didn't give my prediction.
You haven't given up for any.
You know what? I'm
You're gonna save it for the end.
Yeah, I'll save my picks for the end for all. Anyway,
Can I go
so
first?
X, Buccaneers or the Lions? Who you got?
The team that exposed the Eagles or the team that's finally proven themselves.
Which one?
Baker Mayfield's turned back to Oklahoma, so I'm going with Bucks.
Okay.
Wow.
Positive Philly. Who you got?
You even gotta ask Dan.
Huh?
You don't even gotta ask. Dan Campbell is a menace on this team. What he did.
So you're taking the Lions?
And Johnson's going to be a great head coach. One Friday.
Taking Tampa.
The Lions.
Bro, who do you got?
You know what? I got a dub on the Buccaneers money line, so I got to go Bucks.
Okay.
Bucks.
Danny, who you got?
What is the money line?
I wasn't actually that. Yeah, what was the money line?
The money line is just picking the team that you think is going to win, but I think the over under is like 48.5, and the spread is Detroit's minus 6.5.
Yeah, I got 49.5.
Yep.
I got 49.5, and yeah.
Hopefully you didn't bet a lot of money.
Give me Detroit. Give me a Detroit on that.
I'm sorry. Did I say the Lions are 6.5? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
The Lions are negative.
But you got
6.5.
Detroit.
I got Detroit. Yeah.
Okay, Dad, who you got?
I got Detroit.
Okay.
Hey, you better put some money on Detroit too, man. Hedge your bet.
Emac, who you got?
I think it will be Detroit, but I think it will be the same score the last time the two teams played.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield in the NFC Championship. Come on.
The hell was that?
So I gotta say, if I am the Lions, I am pissed as all hell by the disrespect in this line in this game. If you look, the Ravens are giving up 9.5, the Niners giving up 9.5, yet the Lions only get 6.5. That's some disrespect when you're playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So let's be honest, if it wasn't for the fact that division was so horrible, they wouldn't even have a shot of being in the postseason. They were 9-8 when they faced the Panthers twice, the Falcons twice, the Saints twice. Their strength of schedule is one of the worst in the entire league, definitely under 500, and they barely made it over 500. Listen, great for them to get in because nobody thought they have a chance to get in the playoffs at all this year.
Man.
I didn't even think they were going to beat the Rams.
Listen, I live in Tampa Bay. I don't have to give them respect. I hear all day about it. It's all good. What I'm saying is they have a great defense. They have a great defense, but they don't have a good offense. Their offense is predicated on two things: throwing to Mike Evans and throwing to Chris Godwin, and that's it.
He could be a future New York Giant. Who knows?
Yeah,
and
Mike
good
Evans.
front seven.
He will not be. But let me tell you right now, Mike Evans will retire a Buccaneer. There's no shot in hell he goes anywhere else, because if it happened, you would have the little bit of actual Buck fans there are revolt and go to another team. I'm telling you right now, he's loved that much here. And for good reasons. But anyway, Lions, and Lions.
Gabe, who you got?
I'm taking the Bucks. Baker Mayfield's hot, the best he's ever played in his career. They've got weapons all around him. Defense played pretty well against the Eagles. I'm gonna take the Bucks in the upset.
For me, this one was like a push because I don't know which Baker Mayfield's going to show up. If he's going to wake up dangerous. And I don't know which Goff is going to show up, because sometimes Goff will make some passes that you're just like, and then I still see Goff in that Rams uniform getting sacked in the Super Bowl on his knees.
I remember that.
That was a bad. Yeah.
You guys forget about the X Factor.
What? Who's the X Factor?
Dan Campbell.
And
He wants heads.
The fact. Oh man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going with the home team because I think the weather's going to be it's going to affect Tampa.
It's a dome stadium.
It's a dome.
He knows.
I'm going with Detroit.
You guys not know the joke?
It's gonna, the weather's
gonna be really,
hard. I mean, we saw what happened in Miami. What happens? What happens if Devin White gets hit by a snowball on his way in the stadium? right?
It could change the whole outlook.
You know, I mean,
what happens
what it
if
looked
Antoine
like
Winfield
when
Jr. slips on ice? You never
well,
know. You never
when
know.
you know when Sirianni got hit by that popcorn. I mean, it was
man.
That 20
and
seconds.
so my
getting out of the
my
box.
49er Packers pick, I really want to pick the 49, not the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, but the 49ers just has too many weapons on offense, and that defensive front is just
too legit.
And they're healthy.
Quit.
They're healthy now too.
and they're healthy.
We calling
And with
MC
the
Hammer now? Oh
addition,
my god.
and with the addition of Chase Young, I mean, and he's not even the best player on that line.
I was saying he's not even mentioned that
We're so
much.
scared of Chase
I
Young.
mean,
He was on the
best,
Washington
maybe
Football Team.
also
He sucks.
overrated.
Sounds
Overrated.
crazy.
Well,
You
he's
know I
a,
do
he's
like
a
Chase
great what do you call a contributor on that
Yeah.
defensive front.
He's a
Okay,
good Robin. I'll take
so
him as a Robin.
now the main event,
Let's go. Drum
and
roll.
we're gonna go with you, Gabe. KC versus Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
In Buffalo. Okay, and hold on. Let me. Even though I know you're too young, you're not gonna gamble. They got Buffalo at
Gambling's the best
-3, but just so
thing in
you
life.
know, they always give the home team 3 points.
Yes, I know.
That's so.
And the over under is I got 45.5. Is that what you got, Drew?
That's what I'm showing.
Okay. What say you?
Gambling just became legal in Florida, so I'm definitely keeping a little bit more track than I used to.
I might Venmo you $5, okay? So
Thank God for the Seminole tribe.
I'm gonna take
One lot of money right with that.
what you got, Gabe?
You know what?
Tanya, I am so sorry. You're sitting here sending comments, and I'm on the private chat. I'm just now reading your comments. I am so sorry.
Who?
I got you now. So she's
Tanya.
taking Tanya's.
Oh.
So hold on. I'll let you think a little bit. I'm doing Tanya a disservice. Let me see if she gave any more
She made her
picks.
picks. She made her
Hold on.
picks.
She said if the Lions win the Super Bowl, they will. Hold on a sec. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, they will dedicate it to the Dallas officials.
Oh, that's great.
That is awesome. That is awesome, Tanya.
Now, here's a good one. If the Lions
Luke
make
is
it to
still
the
here.
Super
Sorry about
Bowl,
that, guys.
okay? If the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, do we call it the Campbell Super Bowl?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Nicely
That's what we
put,
call
my
it.
friend.
What?
Exactly that.
No, because Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey are not there, so it can't be the Kelsey.
And hold on, we got and
Wait,
Austin
was on
said that he was on ESPN.
Yeah, Austin went to a Capitals game, and in a video they shot near the bench, he was sitting near the bench of the Capitals, and he's in the
I gotta check
Okay.
it out. I gotta check it out.
Did he get a clip?
Austin, send me the link. You have my number. Send me the link.
And then if the Ravens went,
Oh
you know,
no,
on
not
that
the boat trip. Not the boat trip.
Hey, Texas
Not the
wins.
boat
Not
trip.
the boat
Oh, I need
trip.
to find out if they went on that boat
They
trip.
did, they went on a boat trip.
I think they
went-
did
They
though.
went on a boat
no,
trip.
That boat isn't that boat docked in the Baltimore Harbor? Didn't actually go anywhere, but he's kind of rented it out as a party boat for them.
Doesn't matter. It's the boat trip curse.
It's a
Well,
boat.
hold
Oh,
on,
boy.
hold on. But was it this week or last week?
It was
Didn't Beckham win a Super
last
Bowl?
Doesn't
week.
matter. It's
I hope
affected
it
us
was
for 8
last
years.
I
It
hope
was the
It
was
still
Super
haunts
Bowl
us to this
of-
day.
I'm really hoping none of you guys actually think the boat trip is what cost us the last 8 games. Let's be honest, Dave Gettleman.
Hold on, and Luke says we don't choke. We consistently.
Buddy, that's the same thing, okay? Let's be real.
Wow.
Just like the Eagles choking against the
I
Bucks.
can't make the comment. I heard there was children listening.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the PG podcast.
Okay. I'm trying to get you all caught up, Tanya.
Flying cards
And that
first.
happened-
That's crazy.
I probably were talking about when the Cowboys were going to win the
Next
Super Bowl.
Tuesday.
Sneaky,
No, next
read my
Tuesday, be ready.
read my profile.
Well, hold on. It doesn't show up because it has the comments. Okay, so I already read that
Okay,
one.
we're
Okay, so
good.
she
Just
said
read all that.
Buffalo, and we got LOL, and then Billy said, "I'll join next week." Oh man, get well, Billy. Get well. There's something floating around, guys, too. There's
Oh,
something
yeah.
floating around.
Gilbert's telling me she's sick.
Odell invited the offense on the boat. LOL,
no.
we haven't been the same. Oh yeah, our guys. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we're caught up so far. Gabe, Are you with Tanya going Buffalo or KC?
I'm taking KC. Never bet against Patrick Mahomes because the refs are always on his side. I'm just kidding. I'm going KC. I'm going KC.
All right. Drew, what you got?
I'm just wondering how Kadarius Tony's going to mess this game up for the Chiefs. I really am.
He doesn't play
Healthy scratch,
right?
Healthy scratch. There you go. Healthy scratch.
Yeah,
healthy, unhealthy, scratch either way.
Give him the
But
Eli Geno treatment, man.
the biggest thing for me I look at is ever since the firing of Ken Dorsey, which I know I keep hearing about Ken Dorsey as a possible person to come to the Giants eventually. Listen, since Ken Dorsey has been fired, that team is 7-1.
Wow.
I'd take him in a heartbeat.
I would not because of that reason right there. Your team should not go 7-1 after they fire you when you were 500 before that.
True. I want the enemy, honestly.
That means it wasn't that difficult to switch.
Yeah.
I hate to put it on one man, but that's a huge difference. Going 5, they were 5-5 when they are 6 and they're 6-6. I think I have it as, and then another 7-1 since then.
When did they fire him?
I think Tierney's going to be our OC next year.
Who?
We'll see.
I think Kafka stays.
Is Kafka good?
I mean,
You got to give Kafka one more year with that.
I don't want
decent receiver.
He doesn't want to stay. He wants.
Kafka's over. Kafka's over it already.
He doesn't want.
I'll be surprised if he stays. But Drew, for this pick, who do you got? Buffalo or KC?
I got Buffalo for that reason. They're the hotter team. Listen, even last week when they did very well against the Dolphins, the Chiefs still messed up on the points to the table. Look at that one big drop by Kelsey and stuff like that. There's just something not right in KC. It's just not their year.
Damn.
Danny, I gotta text you something.
Emac, who do you got?
All right.
Mike.
Before I say the picks, Sneaky, who do you hate in the NFC outside of Dallas? Not in the East.
No, it's just Dallas.
Oh, just no.
Oh, he doesn't
Okay.
like
I
the
have two
Patriots.
favorite
He
teams:
hates
the New
our
York
team.
Giants and anybody that beats the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Man.
But so who do you got?
Unfortunately, I'm never picking Buffalo in the postseason again.
Good job, buddy.
Unfortunately, give me the Kansas City Chiefs. I think it will be 27-24 score, and I think the Chiefs might get a late game winning touchdown. Then have Buffalo has to drive, and then Josh Allen Buffalo might either get turnover on downs or he throws maybe a pick to end the game.
All right, Dash, who you got?
First off, I'm tired of the Taylor Swift close-ups. So I need Buffalo to win this game.
The
You were
Taylor
my
Swift
enemy
swag
now.
surfing.
He says that.
He said, I'm tired of Taylor. I'm sick and tired of
Like
these
every time.
Do you think it's written already?
Every time Kelsey made a play or dropped a pass, it was right to Taylor Swift. It was right to Taylor Swift.
87 forever. And
She was looking. They had frost on the glass. She was looking through a hole.
It's like a music
this
video.
big. And you could look at Kelsey's mother. She's like.
I think she's over already too. She's over her.
Miss Donna.
He said, "Listen, Dash says that, but his ringtone is shake it off." I know better. I'm not falling.
I think Buffalo gets their payback though. I do think Buffalo gets their payback from 2 years ago. Yeah.
Danny, who you got?
I got my boy Josh, baby.
Danny, I hate
Buffalo. Bro, who you got?
I have a burning hatred deep in my heart for Josh Allen. I think he's the biggest system quarterback besides Brock Purdy, and I'm going to go Kansas City.
Okay.
Wow.
Philly, who you got?
Hey, first and foremost, shout out to Lacey Jane Brown. But with that, I'll the Bills.
Can you just make your pick?
Did he change his profile picture again?
Again.
Tanya said, don't worry, Dash. We'll make you a friendship bracelet.
Listen, I have nothing against Taylor Swift. I just don't want to see her at the football game.
You don't want to see Tay on there.
Every time
Philly,
he didn't drop balls. He didn't drop balls before Taylor Swift. So
Philly has Buffalo.
Whoa! Hold on. Did you say Travis Kelce did not drop balls before Taylor Swift?
I said,
not as many. He dropped 3 in a row in that game.
Okay, you know what? It's funny because we had the same conversation on my show tonight. I looked it up actually. His stats on that. He has a better catch percentage this year than he's had for his career.
Does he?
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, you play better with her.
So he's got a
Really? So who-
71.6% catch percentage for his career, 76.9 this year.
With her there?
Well, I mean, I can't say the exact percentage with her there, but a 5-point differential is a decent differential.
Man, okay.
So, Mike, you said
I stand
Buffalo,
corrected.
right?
No, I said Kansas City. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You
Check
said
it out.
Buffalo. Okay.
I shouted
X,
out
who you got?
Buffalo.
I mean, I'm a Patriots fan, so if I pick
Oh.
Buffalo, I'm
Oh,
gonna
forget
it's
it.
gonna be a sin to my whole personality and my life.
And I will screenshot that.
But I also
You can pick
hate
you legit think he's gonna win.
I also hate that the Kansas City Chiefs are getting so much TV time because of fucking Taylor Swift, even though I love
Right.
all of her music. Don't judge. White girl music, white girl by heart.
Terrible.
And Tay.
You
Well,
also
I
enjoy
love her
pumpkin spice
music.
But here's
lattes.
the thing.
I'm
I
just
don't.
asking.
Can I pick?
Do you also
Can I pick a tie?
do you also enjoy pumpkin spice lattes? I'm just curious.
No, fuck.
Look,
pumpkin
those are
spice. That shit's
delicious.
nasty.
But listen to this.
Those are actually amazing, by the way.
And those muffins? Have you had a pumpkin spice muffin? Don't judge.
Amazing, Sneaky,
Muffins
amazing.
are better.
Man,
Any
when you
coffee's
warm them
disgusting.
up, heaven. If heaven had a
It's
flavor.
delightful. It's delightful.
Here's the thing.
Scrumdiddlyumptious. I'm sorry.
Sneaky.
X, what was your pick?
I don't want to pick either, but 13 seconds, so I'm picking Kansas. I'm picking 13 seconds is how long Josh Allen lasts in the playoffs. So Kansas City.
KC. Okay.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Fuck Buffalo.
Again,
I
you
gotta do my
changed it,
pick.
bro.
You know, I cannot. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift, and I don't like her. I don't. I have
Selena
three
Gomez
girls.
is better.
I have three girls in this house. My wife and my two daughters. Yes, they listen to Taylor Swift.
They already.
Sneaky, well, you know you're a Swiftie.
They already go around the house saying,
I'm not a Tay-Tay. I'm not a Swiftie. No,
Yes,
but
you are.
That's
I
terrible.
cannot.
Admit it.
I just can't bet against. I just can't bet against KC,
Homies.
who is the defending Super Bowl champs,
We're lucky
and
she's not watching. She'd be mad.
even though I picked Baltimore, if the Texans win, this will be the sixth consecutive year that the AFC Championship game will be in KC. That's just crazy. A lot of ifs though, but I'm going KC.
Good pick.
Real quick, hold on a sec. So Billy said Buffalo, Texans, Lions, Green Bay. That's his pick. And Tanya, did you give us your pick?
Okay.
Did you give us your pick for?
Oh my god, it is 12:30 in the morning.
Positive Phil. You look like the guy from the movie Clerks.
I know.
Excuse me.
You ever seen the movie Clerks?
Let's see.
No, I was told I looked
You look like Dante from Clerks.
Listen, I was told
You
I
gotta look
by
up.
the guy who runs.
You
my,
gotta look it up, man. It's a
by
Jersey
my
thing.
so that's the
Here's
only
the thing.
compliment
I think Jason's Kelsey retirement is hurting him so much.
Yeah. So real quick, I mean, I'm about to end the show here.
Sneaky, one thing.
Kelsey, I was getting a lot of pushback yesterday on the NFC show that he hasn't officially retired yet.
Yes, he has.
Although he has
Yes,
told his
he did.
team that he has. And also, I was told that we're still paying Wink half of the $3 million. No, he's not getting none of that money.
No,
We are because that's how contracts work in the NFL.
No, we're not.
No, we're not
paying him
because they
anything.
agreed to it, and they agreed to the fact that we wouldn't pay him in exchange for we wouldn't hold him back and go wherever he wants to go.
Oh, that's that mutually part ways.
Yeah,
part
that's
of it.
mutually
part of ways.
Yep. Nope, they said no. Yep,
Yeah.
they mutually parted ways.
They wanted him to quit because then they wouldn't pay him, and they could have controlled where he went.
That's true.
Do we still have
Because
to
you know
pay
he would have
Phil
went to
Bellamy?
Philly or Dallas.
We are about the end.
Am I the only one not worried? I'll face
I'm not
Wink all
worried.
day long. I am not worried about Wink Martindale and his 27th ranked defense. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Points and
run
yards.
on one.
And I think we were the 27th rank in yards, and I think the 25th rank in points.
Yep.
And his defense, to me,
Inconsistent.
it didn't make sense because we were running like a 2-4, almost like a 2-4-5 in a sense. Because we had two down linemen, he would bring in the
was a
two
hybrid.
linebackers up front.
Yep.
We would get eat up. I mean, because we were getting destroyed in the Dallas game. when they would run the ball on us.
Fuck Dallas. I hate them.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm an old school 4-3. No, yeah, 4-3 kind of guy. That's kind of
what I find interesting even is towards the end of the year when we got all the turnovers we got, especially Deontay Banks, who all of a sudden got a few towards the end of the year. There, they were all in zone coverage, which is not what Wink does.
Yeah,
I think
Hey,
somebody
Sneaky.
got to Wink and made him change his defense.
What's up, E-Mac?
What happened?
Before anybody says OBJ boat curse again, look at the bottom of my profile.
He didn't invite them on a boat trip, though.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't. But we'll
Second
see.
win a ring.
We'll see. We'll see.
I just feel like our defense is the perfect match for a 4-3, but like you have,
I think so too.
Dexter Lawrence and Ashawn Robinson. That's 700 pounds in the middle, and then you have Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, Jahad Ward, Tomal Fox, all those people on the edge.
All right.
I'm sorry. You said a 3-4.
Wait, are we talking about Azeez
3-4, I
Ojulari?
meant
The
4-3, my
man
fault.
starts at left IR.
Yeah, I don't know about Azeez, but I like Hottie and I like Thibodeau.
Hottie's gone.
Excuse me.
Hottie's leaving.
He's going wherever Wink goes.
Disconnect was
That's
from
Wink's boy.
going
It is Wink's
making
boy.
the playoffs and how we ended the season. You know, I really that's the $1 million question.
What was the
Tanya,
question?
Tanya says, where do you think the change or disconnect was from going to making the playoffs and how we ended the season? You know, I'll say this about how we ended the season. I'll say this. You can see a team that's still, although we had nothing to play for, even though we had nothing to play for, they still played for Dable. That says a lot.
That says a lot. I was saying that says a lot
about
yeah.
our team, because the way the Eagles played in the last game and then the playoff game, that says a lot about a team as well. But I don't know. I think look, I think it was, that Monday night game where we got smacked in the mouth. And then it was we put ourselves in a hole after the Monday night game. And then it was the 49ers in Seattle. That kind of put us in a hole.
When you have seven,
climb out of it. And then
injuries and no quarterback play is what it was 100%. When you got no quarterback play, your whole offensive line is injured. Saquon is injured. Everybody's injured.
Gabe, can you jump on real quick and give me the outro real quick? Because I had Ant do it. I can't have back-to-back people dip out. I mean, hold on. I'll put the link out again.
I feel like 7 away games in the first 9 games.
Gabe's already in the bed.
Yeah.
He's in the covers.
Okay. X. Yo, congratulations. Hold on. Gabe, you can go first, man.
What am I supposed to say?
I told you he was already in the covers, man.
He was already in bed.
Just the outro. All right, let's go, Giants. See you.
I appreciate you, Gabe. Thank you, man. No, I really do appreciate you, man. I mean, look, I get Ant. He dipped out. I'm like, cool, all right.
Wait,
but
Ant didn't say it?
No, and he did say he owes me. He did say it. So don't get all happy, Mike.
Oh,
Shit,
he's
look
right.
how happy he got.
He's
You see, I gotta say it. No, you gotta say it. You got to. Matter of fact, you gotta say it twice.
No, I don't.
Oh, that's gonna be. He said. Yeah, you do, Mike. Yeah, you do. Now you gotta say it 3 times, Mike. Keep going.
Oh man, Mike, stop.
Now you gotta say it 3. No, now you gotta say it 3 times.
I'll do 2. I'm not doing 3. Y'all, I'm
You're
sorry,
doing 3.
all night.
You're doing 3.
You have to do 3, just
You're
like
doing
how many
3.
how many
Can you-
touchdowns.
Now you're doing. You're right. You're right. You're not doing 3. Now you're doing 4.
Can you also say I wasn't supposed to be at work today?
Sneaky. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike. All
I
right,
was
X,
gonna vote
what's
the man
up?
for fan of the year, y'all. I was gonna vote this man for
Listen, Mike, calm your horses. The Eagles are out of playoffs. You have nothing to brag about.
But I still gotta say that about a rival team.
Listen. You have to
Yeah,
say it.
now you gotta say it 5 times. Keep going,
You have
Mike.
to say it.
You're on a
You
Giants
have to say it
podcast.
32 times. Just how much the Bucks beat the Eagles by. 32 times, like the score was.
No, he don't have to say it 30.
Why don't you double that for the amount of times the Giants have won the Super Bowl against the Eagles in the past 20 years?
Yes, that too.
Hey,
X,
SneakyG, I want to
I want to tell you this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. I congratulate you on on your victory. Okay, on your anniversary. It is a
Oh,
big
thank
deal.
you.
Sneaky.
And
It's in 3
I wish
months
you
though, but
Celebrating the anniversary next
well, you know
offseason.
what? I just wish you the best of luck and just keep just take one day at a time. And I know it's a cliche saying, but just
no, it's
stack them
not. I
up,
hear it
man.
every day.
Huh?
I hear it every day at the meetings. It's not
There
cliche.
you go. What's up, Harris? I see you, man. Let me hear one time, X.
Oh, why do I gotta go first? Make Mike go first. Eagles lost. I have nothing.
No, I got it. I'm going in that certain order. Go ahead. Let me hear it.
Fine. All I gotta say is, Red Sox are your next year's MLB champions. Patriots are winning the Super Bowl because we got rid of Belichick. Jared Mayo's 2024 Coach of the Year. Yes, I am delusional as fuck.
Hey, X.
And what?
I'm going to the Celtics game in March.
Which one?
In Portland.
Fuck Portland. They bitches.
All right, X, let me hear it real quick, man.
29 and counting, and let's go Giants. Woo.
I'll take it. Appreciate you.
Good, woo.
I don't mean Emac. I got to go to bed, bro. I got to work tomorrow.
I gotta be about 5 hours.
Hunter, I'm doing good, bro. Good to see you. Just another day, enjoying it, enjoying doing this show.
My next
bro. Yeah, actually, yeah, you're next, Mike.
All right,
let me hear it the first time.
Hang on. First of all, here's what happened. He's like a little Shefty's like a little kid on Christmas morning, and he hears it and he has to put it out. With that being said, I talked to an inside source that I'm friends with, and they're also friends with Jason Kelsey, and he's done. And that's that.
Okay.
With that being said, Sneaky, the Philadelphia Eagles want to invite you to come to the link next offseason to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Are you down to come?
What are you talking about now?
I said next year, right? Next offseason, probably next May, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be hosting a 30-year anniversary party. Hopefully, I've been in talks with Big Harm, a DJ, and we're all going to be out there. And if the Eagles allow us to do it, we're going to do it.
Hold on, I got somebody on Instagram saying, "Yo, Sneaky." Now I got some Giant fans on here, and I'm gonna give him his attention real quick. Yo, Sneaky, you're probably one of the most embarrassing Giant fans. You talk way too much crap, and it's a bad look, dog.
I mean, if being a diehard fan is considered embarrassing, then I'm all for it.
Oh, so you're embarrassing too?
Well, yes, I am. You should see what I
Dash,
say again.
are you embarrassing too?
They call me Big Homer.
Okay. Drew, what about you? You're embarrassing as well?
I'm a goofball.
Hey,
so,
where's my
Okay.
right there.
Danny, are you embarrassing?
Capital E, baby.
Okay. Mike, we already know you are. Anyway, let me hear it, Mike.
So are y'all going to come? Because you guys are all invited. Even the Cowboys fans are invited.
I'm waiting on Mike to say it.
The Eagles have so much little to celebrate. They're celebrating.
I'm going to bed too. Come on, Mike. Let's go.
Unless the Giants want to celebrate it, but it
Yeah,
was
30 years of what?
Since they won a ring is what he's getting at, because not this season, next off season is what he's saying.
Oh, 95.
So 30 years.
Okay.
See, Giants fans, we celebrate our own championships and rings. We don't have time to celebrate the issues with other teams.
So Major, Tanya says, I'll even put it on the.
Let's go Giants.
She says,
Let's go Giants.
okay, that's one.
That's two. There you go. I said
No. I only heard one.
I said twice.
I only heard one.
I heard he did say it twice. He did say it twice.
It was quick, but it was twice.
But we all didn't.
I only heard the once.
I said it twice, and they're my witnesses.
One more for the road.
I didn't hear none, man.
Danny,
you didn't hear nothing. You didn't hear any of them.
Danny,
I hear zero times, man. Might have to do it 3 more.
Danny, brother, don't do this to me.
Mike, let me hear it, man.
Let's go Giants out.
What? Go ahead, say it.
There it is.
Mike,
he's gone, right? Is he gone?
He's still here. He's still there.
Still there. He just turned his mic off. I mean, his camera off. That's all.
Or he put his finger over his camera. I'll tell you what. I heard 2, so you owe me 2 more, Mike. Okay.
We got a Doberman.
Huh?
That's Roddy.
It's a rat. I can't tell.
Oh, okay. All right, Mike. Okay. I'll remember this.
Don't he owe you something
Their
Tuesday
team.
too?
Who are you talking about, Tanya?
Oh, hold on. I got him. Hold on a sec. Let me Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Hold on. There we go. All right, Mike, what you got?
I already said it twice.
I got 2 more. I need 2 more.
Why?
His show, his rules.
Mike, you got 2 minutes. I need 2 more.
Did I like glitch out or something?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you glitched.
Sure.
Nobody say nothing. Go ahead, Mike.
God, can I just get this over with? Everybody mute their mics. Love you, Jason. Let's go Giants out. Let's go Giants out.
All right, brother. Have a good night. Thank you. Real quick. So I got this dude on here again. He said Major, right? And apparently, Tanya, he's not answering your question. But he says lives in Texas. It said lives in Texas and owns seats at MetLife. Yes. Yes, I am a season ticket holder for the New York Football Giants.
Before Sneaky says some, I wonder what who's talking about who's their team.
Well, she's talking about Major, you're a Giants fan? And you're saying I'm an embarrassing for the Giants? What?
Those are the people we call bandwagons or frauds, or probably better yet, scrubs.
I'll tell you what, man. If you are a true Giants fan, Tanya. So here we go. Tanya said that's your troll. Then come on the show. You please come on the show. Go to my YouTube channel. And I'm always open to have a conversation. I don't shy. So you're in section 343. What's that? I'm in the 300 section too. I think 317 or something. I have high seats, but I buy low, if you know what I mean. So go to my YouTube channel. I'm a little shy. Well, apparently you can't be too shy if you're calling me out. So, and then we got Big Blue in the Bronx. Someone accusing Sneaky of being a bandwagon fake fan. That's whack.
That's bullshit.
Don't you got a tattoo of the Lombardis on your shoulder?
Yeah, Well, I don't need to do that to justify myself, because I mean, look at my room. Look at and you know what? Don't even look at the room, because he says, no, I'm not calling you a bandwagon. True. He's not calling me a bandwagon. But he says I'm embarrassing. Probably one of the most embarrassing Giant fans. But you know what, though? I appreciate you coming on the show. I can't be that embarrassing. Cringe? I'll agree, cringe. Here we go. Loop's ass talking about he loves Dallas. I do you know what? I do love it out here. I do. I hate the team, the football team. And people, they're awesome out here until
except the Cowboys.
Yeah, until they get in their cars.
Well, they've had almost 30 years of humbling experiences, so
yeah.
Right. Where'd I go? EMAC. I tell you what, man. Let me hear it one time, man.
I would say congratulations to the Wolverines. Last couple weeks,
Yes,
I know
sir.
it's late for me to say.
Yes,
Say hi,
sir.
Zoe. My Rottweiler.
Gotcha.
Anyway, love you, brother. Love you, everybody. And let's hope maybe the playoffs will be exciting. Let's go Giants out.
Appreciate you, man. Be good. Oh, man. Bro, I'm glad you came on again tonight.
No problem, man.
Sorry it took me forever.
Oh no, you straight.
To bring you on. But I'm glad you got to come on and speak some.
Yeah, for sure.
Fruit. Let me hear one time, brother.
Man, appreciate you extending this damn near 45 minutes for us, man. Let's go Giants out.
I appreciate you, man. Be good. Danny.
Yes, sir. Well, it was a nice show tonight, bro. Did some
Yo,
overtime, huh?
It was lit. It was lit.
Good times, good times.
And I got
man.
Ann on Instagram. Yes, sir. We're still on, man. Well, actually, we're shutting it down now. Let me hear one time, Danny.
Drew, good night. Dash, good night. Sneaky, good night. And let's go Giants. Oh, later,
I
fellas.
appreciate you, brother.
Have
Be
a
good,
good
man.
one.
See you Tuesday. Yeah, this was good. I'm glad you guys were able to jump on. I really enjoy your guys' content.
Appreciate
it really I mean, you guys really know your stuff, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time coming on the show. And I mean that. I really do. And spreading that knowledge that you guys that you guys preach.
This Giants love, man.
Man, I really do appreciate that.
That's what it is.
Drew, I need to watch more of your podcasts. I've caught a couple of them. Dash, I follow you on. I think I follow you too on TikTok, Drew. Not TikTok.
Yeah, we don't go on
Twitter,
TikTok that often.
Twitter.
I have it, but
you're on
yeah.
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah.
Dash, I see your stuff popping up all the time, and I always say, "Damn, I need to be like them." No, I'm kidding. I got to be me. I got to do what I do.
Set the bar higher than me. Trust me. Set the bar higher than me.
Sneaky.
You said set the bar higher.
Yeah.
I'm already low. What are you talking about?
No, like
man.
if my life is a bar, trust me, I'm like the last level of like limbo. Like
I remember I was in basic training, and I was doing push-ups. See, you this is your fault, Drew. I was doing push-ups, and I thought I was knocking them out, right? My drill sergeant came over, he said, lower. And I get lower, and it's hard. You know, the lower you go, the harder to push up, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then he said, I need you to go lower than whale shit. And I'm like, that took a minute for me to process. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. Whale shit. And when it flows. Anyway, I digress. Dash, let me hear one time, brother.
Oh, yeah. Let's go Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you. I say the best for last. Drew, let me hear one time. You said,
let's go Giants. Ow!
I appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.
Ladies,
Thanks
man,
for joining
appreciate
me,
it.
man. Be good. This is one of the good shows. I had a blast tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining. Even Major. I appreciate your comments, and I would love for you to come on the show and speak, say what you ever got to say. I respect it. I mean, yeah, you think I'm an embarrassing Giants fan? Okay, I'll believe it more if you come on the show and tell me why you feel that way. But just so you know, this is how I am. I don't change. I don't how can I don't put up a front. This is who and what I, even on my TikToks. I do live in Dallas, and I'm a diehard Giants fan, and I wouldn't change any of that for anything. Although I'm not from Dallas, just so everybody knows, I'm not from Dallas, but I do live in Dallas. But anyway, I digress. And Tanya, you are way correct. I got myself up way past my bedtime. But anyway, I'm about to go to bed now. So I appreciate everyone that joined, that came on. Damn, almost going old school, almost a 4-hour show, 12 minutes from it, I love y'all. Be good, be kind, make someone smile, and let's go Giants. Ow!
Is this thing on?
It's your boy Stefan, aka SneakyG.
Yeah. Lyrical assassin.
Go Giants!